true Biafran. MAZI NNAMDI uniquely brings to you Radio Biafra live broadcast by the eminent Supreme Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, the Director of Radio Biafra, and the Supreme Commander of the Armies of Biafra, MAZI NNAMDI KANU. The morning broadcast, live and direct, on the 8th day of July, 2015. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Browse Biafran Restoration websites at www.ipob.org and radiobiafra.co. Also browse our website at www.biafran.org to learn more about Biafra history. Visit our YouTube channel more often for the very best of Biafran videos. Enjoy it.
Triumphant from all our foes, through the crucible unscathed we passed victorious, our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it.
Good morning, wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are on the surface of this very planet. Allow me to welcome you once again to Radio Biafra Live AM transmission on this very morning of the 8th day of July in the year of our Lord 2015. With the time now standing at very close to 6 minutes past 8 in the morning, we welcome you wherever you are. Due to technical difficulties, we were unable to continue with our live presentation yesterday. This morning, we have reinforced, we have reorganized, we have reassembled to continue the propagation of this very gospel as ordained by Chukwukika Biama in heaven, who is presiding over our affairs on this very earth. If you are not accustomed to what we are doing, please endeavor to pay very meticulous attention, please, because we have our work to do and you have yours to do as well. But before I proceed any further, allow me to acknowledge your presence regardless of your area or place of habitation on this very earth. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, especially those in the far western part of the world who for them now is their night time. The entire IPOB family worldwide, we welcome you because Biafra will come because of you. It will come because Chukwokika Biama, having looked at you, having taken pity to your plight, having heard your wailing, your anguish, and your supplication, will grant you mercy. Without IPOB, there will be no Biafra. It's a very categorical and bold statement, but I know what I'm talking about. That is why if you find yourself as a family member, you are indeed blessed. You're a child of heaven. You are a descendant of light. You have come to wipe away every iniquitous characteristic that have actually stained and removed the children of Chukwokika Biama far from his face. You have come to do the impossible. You have come to restore hope. You have come to make sure there will be no more apathy. You have come to wipe away the tears of those of them who are unable to fend for themselves. You have come to fulfill every righteousness, and you have come, of course, ultimately to restore the kingdom of heaven upon the face of the earth. That is why we proceed, not with any fear whatsoever. We don't even give a damn about caution. We proceed knowing fully well that we must at all times retain our composure in the presence of our enemies. Our enemies should be afraid of us, not us afraid of them. They should be running from us, and if they have any brain, they should be running from us. If they have any brain, that is. If they have any brain, they should be running from us. Because this is a live presentation, I will ask you to welcome those around you. If you are listening, tell your friends and your neighbors what exactly you are doing. Tell them how you are listening. If you are coming through to us via any of the CHK stations, tell your neighbors how to do the same. 104.7 if you are in Enugu and surrounding areas, 102.1 everywhere else. CHK 102.1 FM, CHK 104.7. Of course, it's Biafra FM. Nobody else does radio the way we do. We are also on satellite. I have been saying it and I will continue to say it. If you install a satellite decoder free to air of any specification, it doesn't matter, you will find Radio Biafra there. And if you can't find Radio Biafra on that platform, it means very shortly you will get our TV also on that platform. It does pay for you to go and get a decoder before the prices begin to skyrocket. Because Biafra television is very, very imminent. It is coming very, very imminent. We ask you to go and get a decoder. Very, very important to do so. We are also online. What else can I say? If you are lost, go to Google, go to Bing search engine, go to Firefox. It doesn't matter. Type in Radio Biafra. That's all you need to do. You will see how to listen to us. As I said, just go online, type in Radio Biafra, you will find us. We tweet for our nation to propagate this very message. We congregate on Radio Biafra London. We go to pass our comment on Radio Biafra page, also on Facebook. Go to www.radiobiafra.co. We are not .com. Everything about us is different. So there will be no contamination. radiobiafra.co. If you go to IPOB.org, we are there, which means Indigenous People of Biafra.org, we are there. If you go to streamer.com, we are there. If you go to rblworld.tv, rblworld.tv, we are also there. If you also go to www.tunein.com, we are there. Search for Radio Biafra, that is our name. We don't answer it, it is Radio Biafra. It existed in the past. It has been revived to carry the children of heaven into that very land that Chukwukika Biama ordained for their habitation. That is why we cannot afford to stop what we are doing. We can't afford to relent. We can never afford to prevaricate. We can never retreat nor surrender. Ever since we assembled, we have only known one-dimensional movement, and that is forward and never backwards. Never. Those that understand us very well know the way we operate. We make exponential progress when we confront evil and defeat it. When we come face to face with ignorance, we destroy it with reason, logic, and of course, debate. That is why the zoo must fall. Because we possess one weapon they can never ever have. Guns, they have it. Bullets, they have it. They have baboons and monkeys to fight for them. But there is one weapon we have that they can never ever possess from now till eternity. And that is truth. And abundance of it. Because here truth is spoken. Here truth is preached. Here everything we disseminate is gospel. Okwoma, ozioma. Oh my goodness me. Ozi Chineke. Message sent from heaven. I said from heaven. That is why you can never ever find anything that is out of place with the gospel we disseminate on this platform. That is why we are prepared to die for what we believe in. That is why we know that this era of nepotism, this era of corruption, this very age of iniquitous existence must be swept and consigned to the dustbin of history. It must be swept away completely. Swept away, done away with. The zoological republic must fall. After all said and done, the zoo must fall. If it doesn't fall, then there is no Chukwukika Biama in heaven. Because the emergence or the re-emergence of Biafra will stand for all time as testimony to the greatness of the Creator of the heavens and the earth. To stand forever and ever in perpetuity as a reminder that indeed Chukwukika Biama is with us. At all the time. They don't understand it, do they? But now that you have assembled wherever you are, we welcome you. There is no continent on this earth, no country of the world that right now somebody is not listening to Radio Biafra. It wasn't announced, of course, but we are live this morning. Live and direct. Igwocha is too awesome. Igwocha is formidable. Everywhere in Biafra land, people are rising up. They are waking up to one singular realization. That Biafra is about to come. Not just to come, but in truth and honesty. We welcome to Eziokwu. It's very, very critical. Because it was our ancestors that said that truth is life. Since we have been able to prove mathematically, I believe in science, I believe in technology, I believe in reason, and I believe in logic. It has been proven beyond every shred, every conceivable doubt, that indeed Biafra is the kingdom of heaven upon the face of the earth. that when Yahushua prayed, as we shall pray this morning, he said, let thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. It was a categorical statement. I can tell you that that kingdom is, of course, the Republic of Biafra. A place where men and women will be born equal before the laws of man on earth and the divine laws of the Creator in heaven. Everybody will be equal before the law. It doesn't matter who you are. If you do a crime, you do a time. Everybody will be subject to the protection of the law. The police will not carry guns on the streets because there will be no intimidation. People will be encouraged to speak their mind. Debate is very, very good. That is how you learn. Because not all of us will belong to the same political party once Biafra comes. You know that very well, don't you? Some of you in IPOB, you will go and form other parties depending on your ideology, depending on the beliefs you hold very there. Others will go to form. It doesn't mean you're not working for one singular outcome. Of course you are. Very, very important we understand this. There will be multi-party system in Biafra land. People will be allowed to express their views. Nobody will ever be killed for saying anything. If you come against me, if I don't like it, I'll take you to court to go and prove it. If you slander me, I'll take you to court. Very simple. There'll be no need to say, oh, go and kill them because of what they said. No, never, ever, ever. What they do, yes, but not what they say. And the law will take precedent. We cannot replicate the zoological republic. Never, ever, ever. I know for some of you, the attraction is overwhelming. To be like the baboons and monkeys of the zoo. But we will not let you. We are going to be civilized people. We are going to behave as the chosen children of heaven. We are going to hold our heads very high. We cannot allow the gates of hell to prevail over us. That is why this morning we welcome you once again wherever you are. We ask you to please observe every protocol associated with Radio Biafra live presentation. Our lines will open later and you will call Radio Biafra. Please endeavor to turn your systems down. If your system is still on as you're calling, we will be forced to terminate your call. Please be warned. Please turn your system down when you call Radio Biafra, that the world may hear you. Everywhere around the globe, everywhere around this planet, men, women, and children are listening. Therefore, we must conduct ourselves with the very utmost decorum for them to know that indeed these are the chosen children of heaven. I will proceed this very morning, but before I do so, and in keeping with our tradition here on Radio Biafra, you will allow me to call upon the throne, the grace, the almighty presence, the magnificence, the very omnipresent Chukwukika Biama, who resides in heaven, and this very earth is his footstool. We call upon you, O Lord of hosts. We call upon you. You are not a man. We cannot say the mighty man of valor, because you are creation. Everything around us you created. You make impossible become possible. That is why we maintain all the time that although it may appear impossible in the minds of some men, that your kingdom will come and your will must be done here as it is in heaven. That very kingdom is the very center of this very creation of yours, the earth. And the very center of the earth is, of course, Biafra. Without any shred, without any shadow of a doubt, if you put all the continents together, I repeat, if you put all the shifting tectonic plates of the world together the way it was before, you will see that Biafra land is the center of the whole of the earth. The very center. Some of you don't know this, but if you come to Radio Biafra, we will tell you. That is why we call upon Chukwukika Biama not to forget his promise that he gave to his children, us, we Biafrans. That is why this morning, as always, we don't know how to describe the pride and the joy we feel within us, the privilege that we enjoy, that out of every other race on earth, we have been chosen as the very place where the kingdom of heaven will come down to this very earth. It's a very unique privilege to have. Sometimes the world mistake that to be arrogance. No, we are not arrogant. We know who we are. If you are also selected or appointed by heaven, if Chukwu Okike Abiama know you personally, then you will feel exactly the way we Biafrans feel, because we are very special. For very many years, we have been sidelined. For very many years, we have been killed. For very many years, we have been humiliated. For very many years, we have never ever enjoyed the limelight of day. Right now, things are changing because we have you. That is why we praise you and we worship you in the public. We just don't do it in secret. We praise you in public because of who you are. The blessing you give to us, you give it to us in public. Therefore, we must also praise you in public should the need and circumstance call for it, which is exactly what we are doing this morning. You made a promise to your children, to our ancestors. You said to them, I will give you this very land for your habitation. I will make you the salt of the earth. You will be a beacon and a light. Wherever you go to, this blessing will follow you. Anything you touch will turn to gold. And of course, along the line, as man would, as always, we fell from your grace. We are no longer worthy to be called your children. We are consigned to the habitation, to the characteristics, to the evil that men are bound to do. Because of that, you withdrew your grace from us. Because of that, we are no longer worthy to be called your children. But here this morning, as always, we have assembled to call upon you, to ask you, please, Chukwu Okike Abiama, have mercy upon your children. Have mercy upon us. We know who we are, and we know why you have decided to punish us the way you have done. You have handed us over to people who don't even wash, to people who are not clean enough to even be our gardeners, people who are uncircumcised, people who are uncivilized. To those of them who don't know you, have you handed over your precious creation. We know we have sinned. We know we have put asunder every blessing you have bestowed upon us. And because of that, this morning, we weep, we yearn, we cry out unto thee. Please have mercy. Remove us from the clutches of iniquity and of darkness. Please don't let shame befall your name. Can you see the names we answer? Chinedu, Chukwude, Chukwuebuka, Chukwunomunso, Somto Chukwu. How can you allow shame to befall all these names? They mean something because they bear your name. And as you said, only those of them who are called by your name can be partakers in your kingdom because they are your chosen children. These are your words. We bear your name. Our villages are named after you. Will you allow us to be put to shame? Will you allow your name to be dragged into the dust? You won't allow it because your creation. You won't allow it because everything that is made you own. We ask you this morning with great humility and submission that please don't allow us to be destroyed in your anger. Don't allow your name to be put to shame. We want to rejoice in the knowledge that you are God, the Creator, the only essence that is worthy of worship. As you commanded us to, so are we doing. You said we should not. You made it categorical. We should not worship any other thing, no other creature. No other creature. These are your words. And here we strictly adhere to it. We abide by it. No other being. Because these are your commandments. It was something you commanded. You said it must be done from generation to generation. Because to those of them who despise you, who don't keep to these statutes, you will destroy them. You will bring afflictions upon them up to the 5th generation and beyond. But to those of them that keep these statutes, that love you, you will bless them and restore their inheritance. We have come to thee. Please restore our inheritance for your name's sake. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come. We know that your will be done in Biafra land as it is in heaven. That your goodness, that your work may be celebrated through ages. That those of them that are privileged to live in these times and their children and the children of their children and the children of the children of the children of their children, that as long as there is man on this very earth and there are Biafrans within it, that your name will be adored, will be praised, will be uplifted to the glory of you and yours alone forever and ever. He said, my name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of Indigenous people of Biafra. I am the commander of the armies of Biafra and the director of Radio Biafra. In the same token, I cannot do what I do. We cannot do what we do. Neither can the Directorate of State, neither can the family units around the world do what they have been able to accomplish if not by the very special grace of Chukwukika Biama in heaven, whom we call upon, not by his name, but by what he is capable of doing. See, then I call Leah what he's able to do. That's the name we give to him. That is why I know that Biafra will come. I have no doubt whatsoever. The enemies of Biafra will be destroyed one after the other. Chukwu Abiama has fought for us before. That is why you are not Muslims. Do you think that they have not tried this Boko Haram thing before? They have done it before. They came nearly 340 years ago. They came to do the same rubbish, to Islamize. It's in their nature. That army was destroyed in Idoma land. That very army that came, they were destroyed at the plains of Idoma land. Nobody went to meet them in the battlefield. Chukwu Abiama sent his angels to kill them. They were sleeping and they were all killed. Those that woke up in the morning, they ran away. They ran back to Zaria from whence they came. That is why Yoruba land is Muslim. That is why Benin Republic is Muslim. Togo is Muslim. Ghana is Muslim. Senegal, Ivory Coast, name it. Everywhere else in West Africa is Islam. Apart from Biafra, for a purpose and for a reason. Chukwu Abiama cannot preserve us then, and now hand us over to them is impossible. Instead, he will scatter us as he has done all over the world. And now he's gathering us once again, thanks to the indigenous people of Biafra, those that he himself has chosen to ensure that his light will once again shine. That is why we are not just the people of the rising sun, because it's only us that answer sun anyway. I'm sure you know that. I have never seen a white man answer Mr. Sun. We are the only people that do so. We have not seen a white man's village called Light. We answer it here. Light. People must know what our name means, you know. Anyawu and light. Light. We represent the light of the world. Of course, it's impossible. We are the light of the world. The light of the entire planet. That is something that mankind has to come to live with. We are live this very morning and direct. I will, of course, proceed to present our news headlines and accompanying news summary, after which, of course, I must tell you, after which we will open our lines to take your calls. Once we open it, you are then at liberty to say whatever it is that you have in mind to say. And Chukwukika Biama will, of course, bless you. Have no doubt, because Biafra is coming. We are incorruptible, you must know that. Very, very important. Beyond corruption. That is why the zoo is running helter-skelter everywhere. That is why they are trying to change all the laws. They said, oh, we are going to start tapping people's phone. If you make call, we tap it to like when they are. You want to tap calls of 30, 40 million people at the same time. You are so foolish. So which technology? You don't even have electricity. That is so you're going to buy a generator. And then there will be no fuel to put in the gen. And then the whole system will crash anyway. You start all over again. Another idiot is looking for ways to eat money. The same nonsense that happens when we have problem with our relay station at Owerri. They go to Okura Wasa, he will give them money. Oh, we have taken down Radio Biafra. We know where it is. Give us money. Okura will say, they are mad people. We are going to cure the zoo. If young people from Arewa, which is Awasa Fulani, and young people from Yoruba land, Ududuwa, anyway, if they have common sense and the ability to reason, they will key into what we are doing and be free themselves. But like their fathers before them, they are so lazy. The only way they see meaning out of life is through crude oil. That is the only way they can survive crude oil, like their father, because they're very lazy. That is why people talk about one Nigeria. They don't talk about one Nigeria because they love you. They talk about one Nigeria because of crude oil coming from Biafra land. That is all. Without crude oil, nobody gives a damn who you are. Do they care about you? I'm going to prove it this very morning. Ogoni, there's nothing called Ogoni anyway. All across Biafra land, oil pollution everywhere. I said there is no place called Ogoni. Ogoni is a manufactured name in 1956. Are you listening to me? There is no place called Ogoni before. It's a manufactured name, 1956. We give you facts, dates, and the history lesson here on Radio Biafra. Anybody, oh, I'm from an Ogoni man, is talking pure piffle rubbish. There is nothing like Ogoni. I said there is, of course, only if we can say that people can answer whatever name they give to them. So after all, we have a place called Ekusigo. So whatever name, within that context, I can understand. But to say there is a group of people different from Igbo-speaking people, aborigine to a place called Ogoni land, you're talking nonsense because it doesn't exist. Manufactured name, like Ekusigo, local government in Ozobol, in Anambra State. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and direct. We speak the truth here. If you can't handle it, turn your system off and go away. Here we don't feel sorry for ourselves either. We castigate ourselves because we want to be better. I don't believe in feeling sorry for myself. If I'm a fool, I look at myself in the mirror and say, you have been very foolish. That way, I correct that anomaly and that very mistake. When you keep feeling sorry for yourself, you don't accomplish anything. And that is why black people are very poor and wretched and backwards. You keep feeling sorry for yourself all the time. You don't accomplish anything in life because you're busy feeling sorry for yourself. I don't believe in it. I know the extent to which I can blame the British for the plight we are in today, but you have to look beyond that and move on. You have to be very strong and very resolute. Very, very determined. Very, very determined, I say. That is how you win. That is how you succeed. And this is Radio Biafra. This very morning, please behold our news headlines, which will be followed very shortly by the very summary itself. Why the zoo army, that is Nigerian army, you must know this by now. When I say zoo, it means Nigeria. Because it's a place full of wild animals where they hunt each other down. Did you see the horrible pictures coming out from Awasa land? You see what Awasa people are doing? Awasa Fulani. Do you see how wicked they are? They blew up, somebody's face melted. The entire face, what you saw, oh my goodness me. My goodness me. The evil of man. These things couldn't have been happening now if not for the British. They are in their own country having fun and laughing and playing and going on holiday, and of course they're killing them in Tunisia. You know? But the fire they lit in that zoo called Nigeria, that habitation of primates, monkeys and baboons together. They said that the zoo army cannot defeat Boko Haram. United Kingdom High Commissioner, British High Commissioner, the ambassador, that Nigeria army cannot defeat Boko Haram. When did we say this before? It's something I've been saying on Radio Biafra every week. I have been saying it, but people are too dumb. Some people who are Igbo don't want to accept it because my name is Nnamdi Kanu. I'm not Adeboye Adenusi. You know, Igbo man, they believe in what Yoruba pastors are telling them than their own. That's the extent of their sense, sense in the era. But now that the British High Commissioner is saying it, perhaps some of you can listen because a white man is talking, not a black man, you see. I've been telling you before that the Zoo army cannot defeat Boko Haram, but you didn't want to believe me because I'm black. I'm from Africa. But now a white man is saying it. I'm sure you're going to listen. That's what he said. Because on Radio Biafra, when we say something, you may not believe it. But as I keep saying all the time, give it some time. You will see that that very piece of analysis is independently verified somewhere else. Now a white man is talking. You people can now listen because you're black. When I've been saying all these things before, you don't listen. But now a white man is telling you that the Zoo army cannot defeat Boko Haram. Maybe you can now listen. And here, it is not the news we are writing. We are blogging news from newspaper websites, from news houses, and then from first-hand report on the ground. That is the news we report. We don't write anything because if we do, you will say we forged it. So we just leave everything alone and blog the news for you. We explain it to you in a manner you can understand because English is not your first language. And when these news are written in English, that is why you don't have the power of a revolution, because people don't explain the level of injustice, of retrogression, of backwardness, of disease, of hunger, and of poverty prevalent in the damnable zoological republic. But here we tell you, British High Commissioner is telling you the reason why the zoo cannot defeat Boko Haram, because it's an ideology. You don't defeat an ideology. No, you can't. The same thing, that is why we say that Biafra is a religion. You know, some of you don't understand. You don't know what we're talking about, you see. A religion is something you can never defeat. No matter what you do, you're wasting your time. The next generation will be more radical than the last. You understand that very well. Our 40 years has expired, and we have risen up again. This time around, we have brought hell with us. Everything will die. Buhari will make money, he will not eat it. The children won't enjoy it because we'll hunt them down wherever they are in the world. And we'll kill them. They know that very well. They understand it very, very perfectly well. They must understand that we are mad about Biafra. Insane. I say it to you. When they say we are mad, when they say, oh, they are mad, oh, they are correct. I'm telling you. When it comes to Biafra, we are insane. When it comes to Biafra, my country, my nation, where I was born as a free person, I am mad about it. Anything tampering with Biafra will meet death. It's assured. Well, by the time we commence our march, then you will know what we mean by that. It doesn't matter where you are. This very class of 2015, history will remember them because they're not well. I'm telling you. The damnation, the zoological republic has rendered us hopeless. That is taking a white man now to come and tell you what you should have known. What you've been preaching, but you've not been listening. British High Commissioner, the zoo army cannot defeat Boko Haram. Boko Haram is going to be with you for life. The only way we can stop them is if we secure our nation, Biafra, and then we'll build a buffer zone. Anything that comes in there will be vaporized. We'll kill it. That's the only way you can keep yourself safe. But if you are in Jos, you are in Kavanchan, you are in Katsina, you are in Sokoto, you are in Uguzo, you are wasting your time. You're going to be killed. You will die. Why? Because our Fulani people are not capable of civilization. There is something called conscience. You see, conscience is what is more like the moral compass that everybody has within them. Only those who are civilized is capable of having it. For you to get up in the morning and decide to rape a 9-year-old the way that Buhari has been doing, or has been doing all his life, he's a rapist, a child rapist. You don't have any conscience. So if you can have the mind to sexually assault a little girl, you will also have the mind to try and kill people. That is exactly what they have been doing. That is what they have been doing. And we must be very, very conscious of that. We must be very, very conscious of that very fact. For somebody as Buhari did to get up in the morning, look at a 45-year-old man to rape a little girl of 9 years old, it means you're cold, you're heartless, and you're evil. There is nobody you will not kill. It means you are evil. A child rapist is your president. How sad can you people be? Let's continue. The British High Commissioner having spoken, we are also reporting today how the United Kingdom is helping fuel corruption in the zoo. I told you it was the British that brought corruption to people. That's number one. Number two, it was the British that showed the baboons and monkeys called Nigerians how to rig election. British. We have the facts and the figures. It's the same British people that showed them how to falsify census figures. Britain, a country that is meant to have conscience, a Christian country, so they claim. In the that in Europe, Christian, they colonize people. They are brute liars and cheats. I'm telling you. Britain, they don't have conscience. Not the ordinary people, I mean their government. They don't have conscience. When I mean there is none. In Britain, no conscience. Do you know it was the British that went against every norm, every accepted or acceptable wisdom, that the more you travel from the coast inwards, the more sparsely populated people are? The British came and said, I was a man, you hear me? I'm going to give you all the power you need because I need all the resources from Biafra land. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lie. I will falsify the census figures of 1953. I will say that you are greater in number than them. And you know that's what they did, the British. The British, they lied. They falsified census figures. They said, Awasa is... People are saying to them, but it has never happened before. Anytime you're coming from the desert, it's always no, I want Awasa to rule. But you brought Christianity to us. You said you are Christians, Christian Brotherhood, Mary Sumner, and all the rest of the rubbish. How come you're supporting Islam? Till today, they have not answered me that question. I wrote to the British government. I wrote to them. I asked them, how come you people are supporting Islam? When you say we are all Christians, why? They can't answer that question till tomorrow morning. That was when I knew that this whole nonsense is a charade. Oh, to brain, that is to render you people useless. I'm telling you, we have seen the truth. Some of them we can't even release because you can't handle it. Talk less of the proper. If we reveal everything to you collapse where you are. Britain, they may be behaving, oh, they are righteous. They're a bunch of criminals. Well, I mean, these are hardcore criminals they are. Do you know what they have done? They are fueling corruption. They allowed, can you believe how people reason? A container, they put stones in it, rocks, put it inside and shipped it down. They said they're giving you aid, UK aid, 9 million pounds UK aid to help leather industry. The amount of oil Britain you steal every hour, is it 9 million? You steal billion every blessed day. The amount of oil you steal from the zoo runs into billions. But you give, oh, we are being charitable, our overseas development. You know people now, black people, what do they know? They follow them and they are singing their praises. Oh, it's overseas, they're giving us overseas aid. How much is it? 9 million pounds. What an utter ridiculous joke. Also, an Awasa Fulani girl. Because when people say, oh, female suicide bomber kills 40 at Kaduna, a Nigerian female suicide bomber, they think it's all of you. Because you answer Nigerian now, they think you're also a suicide bomber. But when you tell the world, Awasa Fulani little girl, then they understand it very well. That is why they want Radio Biafra closed down. Are they going to succeed? The answer is no. Because we possess superior technology. Infinitely superior. Light years ahead. I want them to begin to tap people's phone. Let us show them what they have not seen before. We will make our phone calls through satellite. You can never track it. They are so foolish. Stop wasting your money going about talking nonsense. We want to tap every phone call to see if we can find where they are. You are wasting your time. Go to the internet and type in satellite phone. Simple, isn't it? It's there. You can't tap it, can you? After all, there'll be no diesel anywhere to run the generator. There. Female suicide bomber, Awasa Fulani origin, kills 40 at Kaduna Verification Center. This news broke yesterday. Every day is a festival of death. The most violent country in the whole universe. The damnable zoological republic. What do you expect when you voted in Boko Haram? Or when you rigged Boko Haram into power? I told you this was going to happen. If you think Boko Haram is going to slow down because of Buhari, you are dreaming. Are they not intensifying? They are killing more people now than when Jonathan was there. I think the news I'll read later that everybody owes Jonathan an apology is in place. Just that Jonathan is too imbecilic. Awasa Fulani girl kills 40 at Kaduna Verification Center. When I say, they say he's preaching hate. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu is preaching hate. He's pitching one ethnic group against the other. I'm asking you, who are the people killing people? Awasa Fulani people. You are the ones with the hate, not me. Have I bombed anybody? Have I sent anybody to go and kill anybody anywhere? The answer is no. You are the ones bombing people. You are the ones with the temerity to open your goro mouth and be talking nonsense. As if the world is dumb. You think if you use your media preponderance because you're everywhere in the media, if all of you write about RadioBiafra at the same time, somehow the world will accept. You are talking. Are you on Twitter as well? No. You can't control that, can you? Can you control what we do on social media? The answer is no. And there we are many. And do you know that every day they call Buhari asking him, who is this girl you raped? He will say, oh, it's my wife. Don't mind that rascal. It's my wife. How old was this your wife when you raped her? 9 years old. You are evil. An evil man. Stupid people. Child rapists and abusers. They are. Awasa Fulani. Awasa, no wonder they are so. Have you ever wondered why it's all exclusively Awasa girls who are suicide bombers? You know, when you start to rape a girl at the age of 7, 8, 9, you take away the human inside her. She turns into a very wicked beast. At that very age, you don't even allow her to be innocent. You go as an old man, you rape a little girl, you have taken away that girl's ability to feel and to reason like a human being. Isn't it? That is why they turn to suicide bomber. They are willing to offer themselves because life under a fellow Alamajiri rapist is unbearable for them. So a little girl sees suicide bombing as a way out of the mess that they are in. Awasa Fulani, all the oil wells, every political appointment, every ambassadorial appointment, they occupy everything, yet they are beggars, the poorest out of all. They cannot reason. Anyway, they are Awasa fighting with flies. How can they reason? This is Radio Biafra. We are surprised that Buhari now gives bailout from near empty treasury. This was a man that said when he came into office, oh, Jonathan left me with nothing. Oh, I met empty treasury. So where are you getting the money from? And now let us also make this very clear to the whole world because the world listens to Radio Biafra. This man has no finance minister, no petroleum minister. How can this man be a president and be deciding who gets money and who doesn't? This is something that people don't want to question. How come Buhari is only you that decide who gets what amount of money? So how do we check? Who do we hold responsible then for the money that you're spending? Do you see how crafty our people are? Oh, I'm waiting to appoint a cabinet. I'm taking my time. But meanwhile, all your money is going through your account, Buhari, of PTF. The same criminal tendencies. That is why the zoo is awful. Very bad. Have you ever had a country in the world that claims a democracy where an idiot sits somewhere and says, oh, I'm your president, but by the way, if you want money to pay workers, come to me? Have you heard of such rubbish before? Where is accountability? Where is separation of powers? Oh, my goodness me. And then they have Senate. They can't even appoint Senate subcommittee, finance committee to oversee the running of all these financial transactions until a suitable person is appointed. No, they cannot do that because they don't reason. They do not reason very well. That is why we call them monkeys and baboons. They don't reason. The Senate, the so-called House of Assembly, can't even hold this very geriatric pedophile terrorist to account. No, never. They claim they're senators and the House of Reps members. How come Buhari is the finance minister, petroleum minister, disbursing money? Why? Is that proper? Is that proper? I ask you. The answer is no. But of course, baboons and monkeys, what do you know? Is APC, isn't it? Very sad indeed. The government of the terrorist and pedophile false AGF says excess crude account is intact. The president, this is the question meant for a finance minister. You understand? Is the type of information meant for a finance minister, but is the one answering it. Why should Buhari be the sole banker of the zoo? It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. Because the zoo depends on only one product to survive, crude oil. Because they are so lazy, they are so poor. Of course, Biafran people are doing the best they can. As the only ones who do something, who try to run a business. The rest live on oil and gas. Oil and gas coming from Biafra land. Biafrans are struggling building businesses and industries. And also outside as well. Isn't it funny? You know, they go to Lagos, they go to is it Idumota, whatever they call it, Abiyokuta. They build their industries there. And then Yoruba people will come to their own land that they left and run away, take our oil and gas, and also take back to their place. Amazing. You know, when I say Igbos are foolish, people don't understand me. They think I'm insulting. I'm not insulting you. I'm telling you a fact. It's not an insult. It's a fact. Especially those answering Igbo names fathered by Awasa. And they Awasa to remember Hasani Kekwensu. You see them with Igbo name, you think they are normal. They have been born by a wayward woman. Very wayward. Sad indeed, I must say. As I said before, and allow me to repeat, there will be a DNA screening. If you have Awasa blood in you, you go back to Katsina, you go back to Sokoto, and you stay there with them. You can't come into Biafra land. Workers to governors, don't blow 713 billion bailout cash. Buhari gave them 713 billion. What authority do you have to give out money? Are you the finance minister? Are you the treasurer? Or are you the accountant general? But welcome to the zoo. Welcome to what is called feudalism, a feudal way of running government. You know, it's the rank adede administration. You don't say anything, take what you're given. Welcome to Islamic Caliphate of the Zoological Republic. Very sad. As I said to them, every day you delay, every day you continue to present an obstacle to the restoration of Biafra, I will be exposing you to the world. I will expose the truth. We will shred the zoo with the truth. At a particular time, if you come out and say you're Nigerian, somebody will spit in your face. I'm telling you. You people are in one almighty trouble. I can tell you that. Isn't it very... I wrote into one forum, one zoo forum they have. I wrote there and I said, I just shared what I wrote yesterday, that I am a Biafran, a very proud one. And I'm very proud of my nation, my country, where I come from. And that I don't... And heaven knows is the truth. I love Biafra more than I love my family. That is a fact of life. Everybody who knows me will know. I will not hesitate 1 second to sacrifice them for Biafra. They know that very well. They understand that very well. If you want me to give them to you so that Biafra can come immediately, I won't even waste time. I will wrap them in a piece of... If you want cloth or piece of paper, wrap and give them to you. Biafra is important. The kingdom of heaven. What won't you give to enter into the kingdom of heaven? No, you tell me. This idiot, they were writing, are you, the usual nonsense that baboons will write. I said to them, none of you here have said, I am proud to be a Nigerian. Isn't it funny? I said, I'm a proud Biafran. They kept hurling abuses as usual, which doesn't mean anything to me. And I said to them, isn't it funny that all of you here, none of you have been able to say, I am a proud Nigerian. Yeah, because very soon APC Yoruba will be fighting APC Awasa. There are hypocrites everywhere. Yoruba APC, they call it Southwest. You know, when they want to be a bit dubious, they don't answer Yoruba anymore. They answer Southwest. Yoruba APC accuses Buhari of ethnic-based appointments. What do you expect? This is a man that had no certificate. He didn't go to school. He was pretending. In fact, had he produced a certificate, the world would know his true age. So he doesn't want to produce one. Because once you produce it, they will then ask you, at what age did you go to that very school? You understand? So he doesn't have a certificate because he didn't go to school. But somehow, miraculously, he's a general in the army. A war that was fought for by the British. It was the British that fought the Biafran war. The British used their influence to block I have the documents. I'll start releasing them very soon. To block everything. In fact, I'll release one immediately after this program. Historical document. Fact. Where you see Harold Wilson trying to block every move to help Biafran starving children. He wants us to die. He gave power to Awasa. I said to Awasa, as long as you give me oil and gas, I don't mind. Awasa will say, hey, back with me. Does it concern me? Anything you want, me, I give you. You know Awasa. Very sad indeed. Yoruba is now accusing Buhari of appointing only Awasa Fulani people, which is true. Remember, Jonathan cannot breathe. Everybody, Jonathan, remember Bruno? Jonathan, you have now ignored Adamawa. Sokoto is marginalized. Katsina is nowhere to be found. Hey! But isn't it funny that this man is now in power and nobody is saying anything apart from Radio Biafra that kicked this whole thing off? Nobody can come now and accuse the rapist. Maybe if you do, he will rape your 7-year-old child. If you talk too much, he will put you in prison. An old man who is a rapist. As I keep saying, are children ever going to go through Aso Rock to tour the place? You know, like sightseeing. You know how children go to the White House or go to Downing Street to go and look around. You know, nursery school. Buhari will be somewhere peeping through the window as a pervert that he is, looking for a small child to abuse. Pedophiles everywhere. Moving Boko Haram prisoners is like spreading Ebola, according to Yoruba people. Yoruba, useless. I don't even know where to categorize it. They are not up, they are not down. They hover in the middle. Nobody knows what to do with them. The epitome of treachery. Yoruba, backstabbing conspirators. It is they can't help it. Yoruba, they must be backstabbers. This is just in their nature. They can't help it now. That's why they are conquered. As a shame, eternal shame to them. That is why Kwara is under Awasa control with an MA in a Lauren answering Yoruba names. Mad people. Let's continue. Oil firms want U.S. crude export ban lifted. What it means is that America has so much oil that they want to start selling oil to the world, which means the end of the zoo called Nigeria. Because nobody will want to buy, and I'm waiting and I'm happy and I'm praying every day. We are going to embark on prayer and fasting for America to release its oil to the world market. Hausa will have no more money. If Hausa doesn't get money from oil and gas now, there'll be no need for them to have one Nigeria anymore. Everybody will go and sleep where they are because there'll be no money. I am praying for that. Please, Americans, allow your government to put the oil on international market. You see what will happen. United Nations Environmental Program oil assessment reveals extent of environmental damage and threat to human health in Ogoniland. I know I'm bringing it up because the zoo is living on oil. Biafra land is contaminated, but Hausa land is all pristine and very pure. They are moving about, finding time to move from place to place to blow people up because they're enjoying unrestricted access to Biafra's natural resources, courtesy of the British. Courtesy of the British. Courtesy of the British. Very sad indeed. 800 billion naira unremitted funds cripples NDDC program. They are looking for, look at Ogoniland, or not Ogoniland, the whole of Biafra land where the oil is coming from. All polluted, all very dirty people dying due to the effects of oil pollution. Even the NDDC one, Niger Delta Development Commission, they have approved for them 800 billion, but nobody wants to give it to them. They are begging for the money. But Hausa has enough money to pay Boko Haram every blessed day, begging them, you can come out, my brothers. Sad, isn't it? Very, very sad. Let's continue. His bar arrests 52 youths for drinking alcohol in Kanu. This is another thing that drives me mad about the zoo. Some of you baboons and monkeys from the zoo called Nigerians, you claim you went to school. You know, sometimes I wonder, is it the same type of school that I went to that some of you went to? Because I don't understand it. You claim you're a secular country. You claim you have an overriding constitution. You claim that people are free to enjoy their life without any disturbance. So how come I cannot drink alcohol in Kanu? You said there is a Sharia law in place, which means that Sharia law in Kanu takes precedent over the zoo laws, which means also in Biafra land, we can enact our own laws to take precedent over the laws of the Zoological Republic. I don't know, is that too complex for people to understand? Should I break it down maybe a little bit further? There is a people called Hizbah Police. It's Islamic, in fact, let's call it Islamic Board. They have now arrested 52 young people for drinking Gouda in Kano. From that same Gouda, VAT will be paid. And they will use that VAT to give to Awasa people to spend as they wish. Maybe to go for shopping in Dubai or to go on Hajj pilgrimage. Do you understand the injustice in the zoo? Do you see why the zoo called Nigeria should not be a country? It is the level of hypocrisy, staggering, mind-blowing hypocrisy that I can't understand. I can't stand it. You claim you are in one Nigeria. This is our country, Nigeria. But if I come to your place, I cannot drink alcohol. And you claim we are in the same country. What type of country is that? I don't, do you understand what I'm saying? No, I don't think you do. Maybe your school is on strike. You won't understand what I'm saying. Let's continue. Let us continue. NCC plans laws to intercept private calls. The Nigerian Communication Commission, is a country of fraud. Let me tell you what happens in the zoo. Once in a while, one idiot will take advantage of the prevailing situation to go and scam for money. These will be Yorubas behind this. Oh, do you know what? Because Radio Biafra is disturbing you people and IPOB as well. We can counter them. We can keep the oil money flowing to Awusa coffers. Let us go and do something and begin to intercept calls. You can't even clear Boko Haram from Sambisa forest where they are, a known place where they are staying. Is to tap calls and analyze it belonging to millions of people. How many of you are going to do it? How many of you? Because you're going to tap my phone. Is that not correct? And how are you going to know it's me calling? You won't know. Because I will use satellite phone. You can never know it's me calling anyway. I'll scramble my voice. I'm telling you so you don't waste your money. Use that money to go and feed the alamajiri on the street. Stop wasting your time and your effort. There is a software I will put inside my phone when I'm making a call to you. My voice will be scrambled. You won't know it's me. You'll be hearing everything I'm saying, but you cannot use voice recognition technology to be able to track down and say it's me. If you disturb too much, we can go from outside the zoo via satellite. Now, have you not heard of satellite phones before? Mad people. You're wasting your time and your effort, lunatics. Because anyway, the pedophile will fall for it. Anything to keep the oil flowing to Awusa Fulani land is welcome, isn't it? Anything to keep the oil flowing is welcome. We are live and direct this morning. This is a live presentation from Radio Biafra. How do you know we are live? If you look at your time now, to be 5 minutes past the top of the hour. It is 9:05 here in the UK. What time is it where you are? It is exactly 5 minutes or thereabout past the top of the hour. That is how you know we are live and we are also direct. That Chukwu Kikabiama is presiding, of course. Who else will, if not him? Banks are recording 25.61 billion fraud in 2014, according to NDIC, the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation has said. Fraud. That is one thing about the zoo. Fraud, corruption, child sex abuse, like their president, Buhari. Terrorism, no running water, no good roads, universities are on strike, and then on strike, workers are not being paid, fuel scarcity. Then why would anybody say he's a Nigerian or she's a Nigerian? No, tell me one thing good about the place. Oh, we are working to put the zoo as one. Oh, you are working hard by defrauding yourselves of 25.61 billion from the banks. Yeah, of course you're making progress. I feel sorry for them, By the time we finish with the zoo, when we finish with them, hey, yeah, They'll be saying, oh, had we known, we should have tried to negotiate for this Biafra in a way that is palatable to us. If we had known. One thing Cameron can be telling you right now, Awasa Fulani people, oh, don't worry, you're safe. We still control the world. We are the UN Security Council. Don't worry. We have your backs covered. Keep the oil flowing. We have your backs. We have a new strategy for them. Once we finish with the zoo, then we'll let British people know what their government is doing. You know, ordinary British people don't take rubbish. They don't believe in evil. We are going to convince them not to take what the government is rubbish. We are going to go to ordinary British people to tell them what their government is doing in their name, so they will understand. So Awasa Fulani, in less than no time, Britain will let go of you. You become an embarrassment and a liability to them. Watch and see what we are going to do. You'll be amazed. Watch and see. I said the way it is unraveling now, the way that people, journalists are from all over the world. People don't understand the meaning of Tweet Tuesday. Once we tweet, the world will begin to call the terrorists. What is going on? Please tell us. We are getting information. What is happening? Can you tell us? These are the things you need to know. We are going to destroy the zoo. The zoo must fall. It will fall and never exist again. Criminals. Baboons and monkeys are begging Jonathan for their betrayal. And they are decimating the terrorist administration, the Dulad from Daura. He is like, what is the name of that animal? Is it the one that looks very clumsy? Is in the Amazon rainforest. I've forgotten what it's called. I need the name. Very clumsy looking animal. That's how. Look at you. You want progress in your life, and you allow an Awasa Fulani man to be in power. And I've been asking you before, show me a country in the world where Awasa Fulani is in charge and they're making progress. Show me anywhere in the world where they say, oh, we are going to recognize this Awasa Fulani man for their outstanding contribution in their field of work. Name it, please. Is it in science? Is it in technology? Please name it. I'm begging you. Can you name one award, one excellent performance anywhere in the whole world? They say the person is Awasa Fulani. Oh my goodness. I wonder the type of schools you all go to sometimes. The zoo are now begging the imbecilic. If people can beg Jonathan to forgive them that they made a mistake, that tells you how bad our Fulani governance is. That tells you how bad it is. That Jonathan is somebody that in terms of foolishness, his own cannot be measured. Jonathan cannot be measured. Jonathan is the worst head of state in the history of public office holding. Yet, he's better than Buhari. My God. They are going from bad to worse every blessed day. Every day, they are declining. Every day, decline upon decline. The damnation, the zoological republic. CBN bans use of Naira cards overseas. The only place in the world. Sometimes I look at this CBN chairman or governor. Is he a human? Is he a Tin Pot dictator? What type of life is this idiot living? You have your own money in your bank account. You have either a MasterCard or a Visa card. The essence of having a MasterCard or a Visa card is to travel abroad and to spend it. It's your money. Somebody is now telling you that you can no longer use your own money. Oh, oh God. His name is Emir Fele, whatever rubbish he's called. And he's a banker. If you see him now, the CBN banker. As I look at black people and I laugh, these people, there is nothing in their brain, I'm telling you. Nothing. What is the essence of having a MasterCard or a Visa card if you can't use it? It's your money, isn't it? I mean, do people advise these baboons at all? You know, they claim they went, I can't see the school they went to. People keep saying, oh, he has PhD. I can't understand the type of PhD you have. You cannot, common sense, you don't have it. You claim you have PhD. Somebody has money in the bank. Is it your business how they spend it? You people are afraid because people are moving their money abroad. Because the zoo is finished now. Zoo Alagommo is gone. Dead and buried. You are not allowed to spend your own money abroad. Welcome to the Zoological Republic. Police begin special stop and search operation in the country. Everything they will try in their cities. So all these years, Boko Haram has been killing people. No special stop and search. But because there is IPOB everywhere, our people are waking up from their slumber. There is going to be stop and search. There is no problem. We welcome you. As I said before, did I not tell you yesterday that the only thing they know how to do is to set up a checkpoint? I said it before. Once you go to military academy in the zoo, the Nigeria Defense and Staff College judges or strategic, the first thing they teach you as a general is, do you know how to set up roadblock? Then you're a general. And as I only said this thing yesterday, today it has happened. They are now going to set up special roadblocks to be searching people. So you think if I want to command the armies of Biafra to go to war, we'll be going about in public transport. This is how foolish they are. Zoo. Oh dear. They are looking to make, there is no money. And once there is no money, if you come to Biafra land, you can make money. All you have to do is to, hey, you pack well. And then you start talking, bring out your spare tire, open your fire extinguisher. Then in the process, you'll be so frustrated. It's okay, take 500 naira, leave me, let me go. They are making so much money. That is why Awasa is praying to be sent to Biafra land to go and do police work. It has happened now. As I told you last night before we had issues technically, they have now decided to make it official. They are going to set up roadblocks. Zoological. They are so predictable, isn't it? The only thing, once you go to defense college in Jaji to become a general, the first thing is, now I'm saying it, some of you think it's a joke. Until they bring out their exam paper, then you see it is true. What is the first thing you do as an army commander or as a policeman? Is to set up roadblock. Okay, now tell us, how do you set up roadblock? They'll be writing after that you become a general on how to set up road. You thought I was joking yesterday. It has happened today now. They're going to set up roadblocks everywhere. So those 53 officers they said graduated from defense college in Jaji, their job is to go and set up roadblock. And that's exactly what they're doing. When I say this thing, people are laughing. They think it's a joke. Oh, but it's true. It is true. Roadblocks, yes. Out of every major city to try and stop our movement or to stop what we're doing, stupid people. Have you been able to stop Radio Biafra? No, you can't. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. You can never. You are dreaming, you cannot. Because our technology is superior and will always be. Do you know, we read and studied abroad. We know things that some of you baboons in the zoo, police and SSS don't. Which school did you go to? You went to University of Ibadan. You went to strike for 3.5 years. You came back, you wrote exams and you graduated. You can't even write your own name very well. And if Ibadan is the best university you have, then I feel sorry for all of you. You are not well educated. How can you compare yourself to people who are educated? It's not possible now. There's a difference between light and darkness. Because once light comes, darkness runs away. Don't you know that? We have come. You can't stop us. You are wasting your time. By the time this war is over, most of you will be dead. All of you conniving with the zoo, you'll be dead. If you don't know about the history of revolution, go and read them up. Study them. Ceausescu did everything. Lock them up, seize them, hang them, do this. Eventually, he was overwhelmed. Every dictatorship, every corrupt system has fallen. This is the world we are in. Go and read your history very well. You will fall. Not that I'm a law officer in SSS. They posted me to, I don't know anything about it. We will tell you, we don't know anything about your death now. You will die, you'll be killed. All of you that are sending, oh, go and find out. You're snooping around with your AK-47 jumping around. We will catch you one day. We will get you. And then there'll be no mercy. There'll be no mercy. I'm telling you. There'll be no pity. Because I keep telling you, go and study history very well. Every despotic dictatorship has always fallen. Every empire has always crumbled. For your information. So get that straight. Igbo is praying, they are doing prayer and fasting for APC to allow them to come in, even give them ordinary secretary to government, because nobody wants to know who they are, because they don't know who they are themselves. So they're now resorting to prayer and to fasting, shamelessly and foolishly, of course. Some will say, I'm Igbo. Mad people. I am a Biafran. I speak Igbo language. I'm not Igbo. Boko Haram sends death threat and email to this day reporter. Is that new? You have more to fear from the zoo government than to fear from Boko Haram. At least they're being honest. When they're coming to kill, they blow themselves up and they kill people. The zoo government, oh, we are one Nigeria. Let's try and we are democracy. Speak your mind. It's open, but at the same time, don't speak your mind. The news in greater detail, please. We are now bringing you our news in greater detail. Why the zoo army cannot defeat Boko Haram, the zoological republic itself. The whole world is. Are you aware that the world listens to us? Or you don't know? If you're listening to Radio Biafra right now, live and direct, you are indeed privileged. Because humanity listens to Radio Biafra. Here they get their truth. Here they get it. They say, oh, they're preaching. Tell me what we have said now that is hate in it. Or propaganda. Are you telling me that I'm reading from Premium Times? Nigeria army cannot defeat Boko Haram. UK High Commissioner. How is that propaganda? Did I write it? The answer is no. You know, they don't know how to make use of English language. Every idiot comes up and they write whatever rubbish. Zoo reporter writing for a zoo newspaper inside the Zoological Republic. What do you expect? But we are Radio Biafra. Why do you think the world listens to us? They listen because they come here to get the truth. The outgoing British High Commissioner to the zoo, to Nigeria, that is, Andrew Pocock, has said, now he's a millionaire. You know that? Oh, you don't know? Okay. Anytime you are an influential ambassador or high commissioner or member of the diplomatic corps, you're sent to the Zoological Republic. If you want to be a millionaire, all you need to do is to write to the foreign minister and say that I have this disturbing report on the ground that you people are very corrupt. You're setting up roadblocks illegally and you're collecting money from people. People are concerned. I want to notify my government about it. They'll tell you, no, bring your ship, please. Then you order one ship. The ship will come to Biafra land and dock in the coastal waters of Biafra and then take as much oil as you like. That is why every American ambassador to the zoo, every British High Commissioner, they leave multi-millionaires from oil deal. This man now, if you doubt me, ask this man, Andrew Pocock, he will tell you he's a multi-millionaire now from Biafran oil. From our oil, you know. Amazing stuff. Amazing. The outgoing British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Andrew Pocock, which is the zoo, of course, outgoing commissioner to the zoo, has said the problem of Boko Haram insurgency in the northeastern part of the zoo, that is in Awasa Fulani land, is not something that can be resolved with the use of army, the police or the security agencies only. Speaking at a farewell interactive session with members of the Kaduna chapter of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Kaduna, this man has never been to Biafra land, though, or British. He can go to Kaduna, go to Zaria, go to Sokoto, go to Meduguri. He has never come to Owerri, never been to Enugu before. He's an ambassador of Britain. They are the ones that gave you Christianity. They brought the Bible to you. Oh my goodness me. They prefer to visit Islam, to visit Muslims, than to come and visit you. What are they visiting you for? You abandoned who you are, you're following them. They don't have regard for you. They have no regard for you. If you don't know, let me tell you. My goodness me. Speaking at a farewell interactive session with members of mostly Muslims, of course, Kaduna chapter of the Nigeria Union of the Zoo Union of Journalists Correspondent Chapel in Kaduna on Monday, Mr. Pocock said, we don't look at the problem in the Northeast as purely a security problem. It is not something that can be resolved with the use of the army or the police or the security agencies only. It is not going to be solvable. He said it. I'm quoting him direct. When I said this is pop, Radio Biafra, they are carrying they are carrying propaganda. I'm telling you what the British High Commissioner said. The British High Commissioner said that the problem is not solvable. Direct quote. You cannot solve the problem. The zoo is finished. These are the people that supply arms that gives the zoo army the poisonous gas to kill people. This is Britain that loves the death of people here and there. You know, they love once in a while. If they have not seen blood, they don't like it. Somewhere they start war somewhere. These are the people supporting Awasa to be killing people for years. They're now telling them, "You can't stop Boko Haram. You can't stop them. You cannot defeat them." That's what it's saying here. My goodness me. Hey, this is amazing stuff. Let's continue and look at the very corrupt British. Very, very corrupt. Insidiously corrupt, but you will not know. You think you're looking at normal people. Thieves, they are. Oil thieves. Because they don't produce anything in Britain. So they believe in stealing from people who are poor, you know, black, wretched, poor people from Africa. You know about they put it in the ship and take it away as you're looking. They'll be waving at you, and as they're going, they inject Ebola inside you and HIV virus. Britain. £9 million of UK taxpayer cash, that's what they call it. But I call it Biafran oil money, of course, was handed over to a staggeringly corrupt scheme. You know, this is the Department for Trade, is it overseas development or whatever of it? That is it a Department for International Development, sorry. Department for International Development. How can you develop in somewhere with £9 million? Is that development? I don't know if any of you know about the Marshall Plan, the reconstruction of Germany following the collapse of the Nazi Third Reich in Germany. It was called the Marshall Plan. The same thing that Americans proposed for the reconstruction of Biafra land, and the British said no over their dead body. You are giving people £9 million for development. £9 million, is it to build a culvert in a village or what? What's £9 million? Compared to the amount of oil that you steal every day in Britain. For free. Because there is no meter. When I was telling the world that there is no meter at the terminal point where they lift oil, people thought I was joking. Until they confirmed it themselves. There is no meter. Anybody can take as much oil as you want and go away. Nobody gives a damn. Are you aware of it? Britain, they thought they are doing good. You know them now. They steal 50 billion worth of oil money. They give you 9 million. And that 9 million, they won't give it to you cash. Oh no, it's dependent on you buying leather goods from Britain. Even they are sense. They have sense. They handed over £9 million to a staggeringly corrupt scheme which saw shipping containers filled with stones instead of high-quality leather goods. An investigation learned that massive amounts of aid was paid into a project designed to boost Nigerian leather export. Leather export. Who does leather? Is it not Awasa people? Britain can never invest in anything unless Awasa is there. Never. They can't. Are they mad? Britain. They trust Awasa Fulani. Because they know that Awasa Fulani can be so useless. That's why, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, master, yes, colonial master, yes. Did Buhari not say he wants to go back to British colonial values? You know, black people. I'm telling you, sometimes I ask you, why did you, please, what were you doing when you, why did you even bother making them? And then I remember that somebody has to be a gardener, and a cook, and a cleaner, and a security guard. Somebody must come last now in a class. You know, not everybody can come first. Don't you know that? Somebody has to come come at the bottom of the class now. Black, DCOG, black, useless to the core. Instead of somebody to say, "Oh, I don't like the way he talks about he's exposing black people and their foolishness," they will say, "Oh, he's insulting people. He's a rascal." Because some of you now, your white friends are asking you, looking at you as a baboon or a monkey, which some of you are. Because you cannot make use of your brain cells, can you? This UG, black. Britain is here messing about with everybody. £9 million. They packed. These are people that is against corruption. We want to watch Jonathan. Jonathan has to do more on corruption. Britain, what have you done to stop a container filled with stones from being shipped for £9 million? Nothing. You claim you're fighting corruption. Hypocrisy of the highest order. They know that very well now. They understand it very well. That is why the world listens to Radio Biafra. People is because of the truth we speak. People are afraid of them. Oh, no, don't say anything. If you say something, you are talking rubbish. Pure nonsense. We speak the truth. You may not like it. We don't give a damn. It has to be spoken. It was an oath I took to speak the truth. No matter it doesn't matter what it is. The truth must be spoken. Britain is busy cheating. They can't cheat Arabs anymore now, or Taliban anymore. It's a wretched black African man full of stupidity. That's the one that can cheat very easily. Confusion enveloped Dogarawa in Sabongeri local government area, a few kilometers from Zaria city. Sabongeri is where strangers live, where Igbo people are staying. But you know, Igbo, you are so scared. You can't even talk about it that you've been killed in Zaria. Is it that bad? Let's continue. On Tuesday, a bomb went off after a female, Awasa Fulani girl, probably raped and abused by somebody as old as Buhari, detonated an improvised explosive device, killing no fewer than 40 people, while scores sustained varying degrees of injuries. The deaths, as well as those critically injured, were taken to St. Luke Hospital, Wusasa, and the Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital, Shika, both in Zaria. Eyewitnesses said evacuation of staff was in progress at the secretariat when the explosion occurred. According to the sources, the female suicide bomber joined the queue of staff pretending to be part of the workers before detonating the explosive, killing over 30 people, including herself instantly. As I said before, Awasa Fulani people, Islam, they will continue to volunteer themselves because most of them suffer abuse at a very early age. Their humanity has been taken away from them due to rape and sexual predation. Abuse. Child sex abuse. So they grow up with no soul, no heart, full of evil and anger within them to kill and to avenge. And that's why you have willing recruits into suicide mission by little Awasa girls. They are damaged already. We are surprised as to how Buhari is now handing out money for bailout. When he said the treasury was empty, that was what he said. But black people cannot reason, can they? Nobody can stand up and say, Mr. Man, you told us a few days ago that the treasury was empty. Where did you now get the money to be paying people? No, nobody can ask that question. Why? Because they are black African people. They are reasoning, they cannot connect two dots at the same time. Black, walk one way. To connect two things, to say to Buhari, how come you said Jonathan left nothing, the treasury was empty, and all of a sudden you're handing out money? Simple connection. It's the brain of a black man, they can't make the connection. That is why they are poor. Why do you think they drink water from borehole? This OG, black. It's because of that now. No common sense, no reason. Let's continue. When I say they say he's I'm not insulting you. I'm telling you who you are. If you're foolish, I tell you you're foolish. If you do well, we praise you. You mess up, we shred you, of course. The PDP, the most criminal political party before APC took over, because the PDP was the most corrupt institution in the world a few months ago. Now, Awasa has taken over. Awasa is naturally corrupt. Talk less of when you give them governance. They have observed that Muhammadu Buhari, the terrorist and pedophile, authorization of the release of over 804 billion. 804 billion from the nation's coffers as bailout to states and local government across the zoo showed that he had been deceiving people on the actual financial situation of the nation's finances as at the time he took over government. So if Buhari is lying, which of course is lying because he said the treasury was empty, now he has found 804 billion to be dishing out to people. How much has he stolen? So because he lied to everybody, he said there was no money there, he found no money there. Is that correct? If that is the case, and now you have found 804 billion, how much did you find when you got there? Nobody can ever know, because Awasa have shared the money amongst themselves. I want the world to understand, when you talk about corruption and fraud in the zoo called Nigeria, you are dealing with something something beyond the imagination of man. Your mind cannot fathom it. The level of fraud and corruption in the zoo. I still believe when I speak to white people, I tell them, you don't know what we are talking about because you cannot, you don't think that the scale of corruption is imaginable, but we're telling you it's happening every day. Somebody is the head of state, went into office, nobody to verify with him. He came out, no finance minister, no accountant general, no auditors. He just said, the coffers is empty. A few weeks down the line, he finds 804 billion to dish out to people. Can you believe that? So Buhari could have banked 800 billion himself privately. You don't know because you don't know how much is there. It is that corruption they are looking to cover. That is why they are afraid of Radio Biafra, because they know that Radio Biafra continues to expose their corruption and their evil. And they're not happy about it. I don't expect them to be either. I don't give a damn if they're happy or not. The zoo must fall. This level of corruption has never, not even in Sodom and Gomorrah. The level of corruption we are talking about, when you look at somebody, I'm a Nigerian minister, you are looking at somebody who is the embodiment of Satan, evil. I'm a politician, I represent Orumba East. You are looking at Satan incarnate. These are people with the level of wickedness inside them. Wickedness is you cannot begin to even fathom it. That is why they don't like Radio Biafra. And do I give a damn? Frankly speaking, I don't give a toss what they think. Criminals. You said the treasury was empty. I didn't see any money there. Then where did you get 804 billion from? Awasa Fulani. How much have you stolen since you went into power? These are the people telling you about, one Nigeria, this is our country, our nation, we work for security. Rubbish. Security. These are the people I'm in some place with. To pronounce simple words, they can't. To make sense of anything, they cannot. I have asked you before, name one Awasa scientist. One, Ankete. Name one Awasa scientist. The answer is zero. It's only to be scavenging for oil money. Lazy, dirty people. The neighborhood. Let's continue. APC hails Buhari for ending workers' misery. Oh my goodness me. The presidency run by the pedophile and terrorist yesterday refuted reports that funds will be drawn from the excess crude account for everything is oil, excess crude. Everything is crude about the zoo. They can't produce anything. That is just crude. Every crude oil, as long as oil is flowing in Biafra land, one Nigeria, our nation, our country, our nation, Nigeria. Because oil is coming from another person's country. Sad, isn't it? The Accountant General of the Zoological Republic, Ahmed Idris, another Awasa man. Have you noticed how they are everywhere? DSS, Awasa. Chief Security Advisor, Awasa Fulani. President, Awasa Fulani. President of the Senate, Awasa Fulani. Speaker of the House, Awasa Fulani. Everywhere, Awasa Fulani. They don't care what you say. You can say whatever you like. After all, if you talk too much, they go to Niger and bring people who don't even know their own names. Give them AK-47 and say, hey, Kai, Kajiko, Kai, you know, the way they drive cattle. Shoot, and that's it. And you know, Yorubas are cowards. They can't do anything. They're just there shouting, our nation, this is our nation. They hide and they say, Yoruba, we don't trust Buhari anymore. Buhari have deceived Yoruba. When I look at, sometimes I read what these buffoons are doing and I can't stop laughing. I can't, honestly, I can't. The Zoological Republic, amazing place to find specimen of idiots to study. I have no regard for any Nigerian, I'm telling you. I don't say it is better. You see, cockroach. Instead of me to be close to a Nigerian, I will go and befriend the cockroach. They don't have brain in their skull. Where were the senseless people that pretend they have sense? They don't know anything. I said I will be carrying a cockroach, but Michael Jackson could afford a baboon, a small ape monkey. called Bubbles. I'll be carrying cockroach with me, or teacher, than to be with somebody saying he's a Nigerian or I'm a Nigerian. You must be a complete animal, an idiot. I don't regard you as a human being. Can never regard you as a human being. We Nigerians, our country, Nigeria. And I'm looking at the idiots saying all this nonsense. You don't have any class. You have no respect for yourself. You have no ability to reason. You cannot discern. Does it mean that you cannot look at yourself in the mirror and think twice? That you foolishly come out to open your hopeless mouth to say you're a Nigerian? You don't feel shame within you? Is that what you're telling me? That you have no shame? Sad indeed. Very, very sad. Accountant General is Ahmed Idris. When asked on the latest excess crude account, that's the only post everybody's interested. Excess crude, money, oil, money every day. He said, even today we are going to meet the FAAC, the Federation Account Allocation Committee, another allocation committee, allocating oil money, nothing else. He's going to meet, and we are going to distribute. Oh, I was at Beke. We are going to distribute as agreed and directed during the NFC meeting last week, and the position is very clear. What we met on ground is what we are going to distribute. Oh, what you met on ground is what you're going to distribute. Over 804 billion. How much did you meet? We know now you have distributed 804 billion. How much did you meet when you're in office? They won't tell you. I was a Fulani. They have shared the money. You know, people think that news is, look at what Yoruba said. Boko Haram has killed people. No. The news is actually in the things they're not telling you. Your ability to reason is what makes you human. They have distributed 804 billion. This man, Awasa man Ahmed Idris is saying, we are distributing the money we met on the ground, not from the excess crude account. But you said the treasury was empty. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I don't am this UG. I don't think that now. Maybe I don't. Am I wasting my time explaining to people? Are you sure they understand what we are saying? Our man came into office, the rapist and terrorist, the child molester, came into office, Buhari, and said, "We met empty treasury. Jonathan left nothing. It's all empty." Then a few weeks down the line, they are distributing 804 billion. So are you telling me that your brain cannot ask? In this UG. Can't your brain at least click into gear and say, you said the treasury was empty, now the treasury has money, so that means number one, you're lying. Buhari is a liar. And number two, can you now tell us the full amount you met when you went into Asorok? And you will see that Hausa have shared that money. They have eaten the money. That's the way they are. And these are the people you're in the same country with? Yes? Madness. Workers were yesterday in high spirits over Buhari's 713 billion bailout for states to pay outstanding salaries. The Labour Congress of the Zoo, NLC, the Trade Union Congress, TUC, and the ruling APC hailed the president's action. Is now the duty they are hailing him as if the man did them a favor. This is what is wrong with the brain of a black person. When I say it, people don't understand. I went to work. After working very hard and paying my tax, I should be hailing you for paying me my salary. I don't know. People are mad, People are so good. Black people, they are so useless. You went to work. After working, you've been owed salary for very many months. All of a sudden, you're going to get 1 month out of 12 months salary and you're hailing the president. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Enugu station is very noisy, we are being told. Enugu station, very, very noisy. We'll look into it. We'll fine-tune it. It's not a problem. We'll try and get it resolved. Enugu station is very noisy. We'll have it resolved today. We'll resolve it today. Don't worry about that. Go and get a satellite, some of you. One street can get together and get a satellite and be listening. That's the best you can do. Some of you, sometimes, a street can contribute 100 naira, get a satellite and a small generator and be listening to Radio Biafra on a speaker, on a loudspeaker, every evening at least. Every evening at least. Workers are thanking the pedophile for paying them. only black people can do that. Nowhere else would that happen. Only in black Africa. That is why they are black, and that is why they are backward. Very sad indeed. Yoruba State's chairman of the APC have been crying over the pattern of appointments by the terrorist and pedophile Muhammad Buhari, saying all of them had ethnic slant to it. Instead of them to come out and say that this man is at the vanguard of nepotism. They are just hiding, Yoruba cowards. They cannot call a spade because of who they are. They said, aside his spokesman, Mr. Femi Adesina, every other appointment so far made by Buhari has been from the core north, and all of them northern Muslims. The party chairman vowed not to recognize the emergence of Senate President Bukola Saraki and Speaker House of Reps Honorable Yakubu Dogara until the crisis in the National Assembly is resolved by the party. This is Yoruba. Yoruba is always at opposition. And, Igbo-speaking people, and in fact, all of Biafra land, they have always believed in following, let us not say anything. Don't say anything. They will love you. But Yoruba is always at opposition, and they always get what they want. You know that Igbo people, they want to toe the line. They want to be seen as obedient, and nobody loves them. That's the worst part of it. So don't you think it's about time you start to love yourselves? Maybe a little bit more. And be in opposition and see what you can get. What do they know? In a joint statement, the issued yesterday, the chairman vowed to resist any attempt by some elements in the party to humiliate the APC national leader, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Thief Nubu is any attempt to humiliate. These are people that believe in a corrupt free society. They believe in one Nigeria. We must tackle corruption. But Tinubu is a thief. But you hear Yorubas praising Tinubu, who is a rogue. Then you begin to wonder, what type of one Nigeria is this? People don't see what we are saying, do they? Let us continue. Spokesman of Afenifere, the Yoruba Sociocultural Group, Yinka Odumakin, on Tuesday argued against moving Boko Haram prisoners to the southeast, to Igbo land. He explained that the alleged moving of the prisoners was like spreading Ebola patients in who ought to be confined to a special ward. Wow. That's very nice. Odumakin expressed the opinion at the public forum to commemorate the life and the times of MKO Abiola, which took place at Lagos Airport Hotel in Ikeja. The life and times of MKO Abiola. I agree. But who is Abiola? Abiola was another Yoruba thief. Abiola was the man that got the telecommunications contract, ITT. In fact, Fela called him international thief, if you remember. He forged a check. And became, from 40 million, he turned it into 400 million. Became a multi-billionaire overnight. Welcome to the zoo, where criminals are celebrated. The life and times of MKO. In that life and times of MKO, did you include the check forgery? I'm sure not. These are Nigerians. So don't be surprised. It's a place where criminals thrive and people who are honest, they suffer. The United States crude oil producers are pressuring the government and Congress of the USA to lift the long-standing ban on the country's export of crude oil. This, if considered to, will likely spell doom for the zoo crude oil, for Nigeria oil export, as the country will struggle to find buyers for its crude, especially in Europe, North and South America, because once America opens up to sell oil, it is over for the zoo. And please, American Congress, can you please accede to that very demand? We want it to happen ASAP. Now, let us look at those of them that the oil is coming from their land. What is happening to them? I mean, in Biafra land, that is. Remember that in America, they paid them nearly 18 billion for the Deepwater Horizon that exploded in the Gulf of Mexico, the BP oil platform. Now, look at where there is proper pollution and see what is happening. Absolutely nothing. Nothing is happening in Biafra land. What can happen? Let us start, please. This is United Nations Environmental Program Ogoniland Oil Assessment. As I keep telling them, if you answer Ogonilando, you answer we are Ijo, you answer we are Niger Delta, you're not going anywhere. Everybody will be suffering. until you rise up one day from your slumber and say, we are Biafrans. That day, you'll be saved. But if you say you are Biafrans, I know that Yoruba will not write it. I know that for sure. Some of you today, from Ogoni people came to Abana. Some of you today, you are standing up and saying you are Biafra, but the Zoo newspapers, they won't write it. I know they won't. But we know that the South, and Southeast, they are coming together as one inseparable family. Thanks to the work that Radio Biafra IPOB are doing. We are coming together. We are coming together. Nobody can stop us. You know, blood is very thicker than water now. It's natural. Blood is thicker than water. We remind our people the essence and the need to ensure that blood is thicker than water, and you see them begin to converge and to coalesce together. We are coming together never to separate again. In truth and honesty, with every decency we can muster, of course. Drinking water pollution in some places is so serious that immediate emergency action is needed. This is according to United Nations Environmental Program. There is no drinking water in parts of Biafra land. In Ogoni land, no drinking water. But Ogoni people, you said Awasa is better for you. You said Awasa is nice. Awasa Fulani in this one Nigeria. Igbo man is the problem. So was it an Igbo man that contaminated your water? I'm asking those of them from, is it Gokana, especially. I mean, I want to talk about the inside one. I'm not talking about the proper Igbo identified part. I'm talking about the inside. So, which Igbo man contaminated your water supply? Or took the oil and polluted your land? No. You've been chasing shadows all this while. It's Awasa Fulani in connivance with the oil companies, which, of course, is predominantly owned by the British. Full environmental restoration may take up to 30 years with calls for an initial $1 billion US fund to kickstart the cleanup. In your dreams. In your dreams. Let us continue. This was even filed way back in Abuja, 4th of August 2011. The environmental restoration of Ogoniland could prove, only Ogoniland, some of them are a bit selfish. They only fight for themselves. At the end, they get nothing. They don't understand the power of collective bargaining. They don't know that if you come with Biafra, you get Biafra, you can do whatever you like with it. If you want to drink the oil, you can. But as one tiny Ogoni claiming you're fighting for your rights, you're talking rubbish. Because the white people you claim you want to have them fight for you, they understand that you're selfish. Don't you know that? So how about the people of Okrika? How about those at say Eket in Oron? Don't they have oil? You want to fight only for yourself because you think you're smart. Anyway, I know this is not the Ogoni youths of today. It's of the old. The environmental restoration of Ogoni land could prove to be the world's most wide-ranging and long-term oil cleanup exercise ever undertaken if contaminated drinking water, land, creeks, and important ecosystems such as mangroves are to be brought back to full productive health. In your dreams, you know that is not going to happen. Who's going to get $1 billion? Who's going to give $1 billion? Who? Buhari? $1 billion? You must be dreaming. Let's continue. 800 billion unremitted funds cripples NDDC. Our people are looking for money to do environmental cleanup. They said, oh, don't worry, we're going to bring you good health, good road, good water, good infrastructure, all of this rubbish. Stop militancy. Stop agitating. People stopped. Even 800 billion naira that is still unremitted to NDDC has led to the crippling of their operation. The chairman of the board of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Senator Bassi Ewa Henshaw, has disclosed that activities of the commission over the years have been hampered due to the non-remittance of over 800 billion naira fund legally due by the government of the Zoological Republic. 800 billion is due to NDDC. This is where the oil is coming from. Yet nobody has given them that money. Do you understand what I'm saying? Oh, I don't think you do. And these are the people that actually have the oil coming from their ground. The pollution, they suffer it. Everything. There is money meant to be voted for works being undertaken by NDDC. That money hasn't come through till today. Therefore, NDDC is basically, apart from the salaries they pay them and their posh air-conditioned offices along Gaba Road, it's useless. Nothing is happening. But look at Hausa land, that they have nothing. They are pumping money there and developing it. Now, the people that come from this so-called Niger Delta, they must be very foolish then, isn't it? That's the meaning of it. They take your oil, they can't even give you money, to ordinary money, to go and get potable drinking water because they've contaminated your water supply. Yet you're there and every money is being spent on Hausa Fulani with their Yoruba conspirators. Is there any millionaire from Ogoni land? The answer is no. But Dangote is a multi-billionaire based on oil from Biafra land. So also is what's his name again? Otedola from Yoruba land. Everybody is a billionaire based on oil. You said Igbo man is your problem. Are you a billionaire from Ogoni land? The answer is no. You are as poor and as wretched as ever. Urioma. What happened to you? You thought that by betraying your flesh and blood, somehow you will rise up. No, you can never rise up because you're a betrayer. That is why your water table is all contaminated. The public relations officer of the Islamic board in Kano State, Hizbah board, said it arrested 52 youths for taking alcohol at Rosie Amusement Park in Kano Metropolis. Malam Mohammed, who is the chairman of the public relations officer of the Islamic police. But you are in one Nigeria, mind you. But you have a place where Islamic police can arrest people. Now, is there a place where Christian police can arrest people? The answer is no. This is what the British did. This is what Britain did to all of us. Malam Mohammed told the news agency of the zoo in Kano on Tuesday that the culprits were apprehended in the night on Sunday. These are Hausa kids who are trying to have some fun. You know, they came back from Dubai where they have been having fun already, you know, to try and kickstart life in Kano. And they were apprehended. He said that the culprits were 36 young men and 16 women, saying that they were arrested during a special patrol by the officials of the board following a tip-off. Mohammed said that the board will sustain its raid on all suspected dark spots, especially during the sacred month of Ramadan. Welcome to the Zoological Republic, where one part of it, you cannot take any alcohol. If you do, you'll be arrested. Other parts of it, you take alcohol, you pay VAT, and then they use it to go and repair the roads of those that banned the same drink where they come from. The Zoological Republic. It's like a big joke every blessed day. A very massive, massive joke. We must continue to do our work this very morning. The Zoo Communications Commission, NCC, on Tuesday, that was yesterday, opened public hearing on a new regulation aimed at authorizing the lawful interception of calls made on networks by security officials. At the public hearing in Abuja, stakeholders said that such regulation must pass through the process of lawmaking in order to make sure that it did not invalidate rights guaranteed by the Constitution of the zoo. Speaking at the event, the executive vice chairman of the commission, Dr. Eugene Jua, said the forum was part of the rulemaking process. Jua, who was represented by executive chairman, stakeholders management, Mr. Okechukwu Itani, noted that the process was important in developing a sound regulatory framework for the telecommunications industry. There is no network. Data, in fact, is so poor, it is abysmal. So the only thing you can think of doing, instead of you to try to see how you can create employment, make life better for people, is to be tapping their phones. You know, there is this almost dictatorial, as if people are in some kind of a dark communist Eastern Europe. And you claim hypocritically that you are a democracy. It sounds more like the nonsense that is coming out of Eastern Europe. People are so daft. The thing you can do is to go and be tapping people's lines. Go and build second Niger bridge, you can't. It's to be tapping people's. Can you see how foolish people are? It is the zoo, Zoological Republic with monkeys and baboons in them. The rate of fraud, of course, the zoo cannot be complete without fraud, will it? You know, you need a bit of fraud to make things, to ginger things up. It won't be the zoo now if there is no fraud in it. The rate of fraud in the banking sector rose by 182.77% from only 3.7% between 2013 to this very year. 182% is what from the banks. Fraudulent people, fraudulent country. Everybody is a thief. Everybody. You go and become a graduate. You have graduated. You are now a general. The only thing you know is to set up checkpoint and be collecting money from people. You are a president, you go into office, you say, oh, there is no money. All of a sudden, abracadabra, there is 802 billion from somewhere. Everybody is a liar, a fraudster, and a cheat. That is why they think everybody is the same. That is why they think everybody is the same. You must be like Lebanya, Ifajuna, or Wazurike. No, we are not like that, you see. We are incorruptible. Incorruptible. Any officer of state compromises with that example with you. Incorruptible, I said. Incorruptible. The zoo. The corporation in its 2014 annual report for the banking sector said the amount involved within the period under review increased by 3.81 billion. My goodness me. The report said that as a result of the increase in the level of fraud in the banco, the expected actual loss rose from 5.76 billion to 6.19. My goodness me. It attributed the fraud rate increase to the astronomical rise in online banking transactions, including fraudulent transfers and withdrawals made by the banks themselves. Bank manager is also a thief. Bank manager. Let's continue. Though the former president of the zoo, the imbecilic Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, was tagged clueless, silly, unreasonable, weak, and many more, baboons and monkeys in the zoo are already singing his praises. Why? Because less than 2 months he handed over the mantle of leadership to the new president, the terrorist and pedophile. Many baboons and monkeys called Nigerians are already begging for forgiveness, wishing they could turn back the hands of time to make things right, because they brought in a dullard for an imbecile. This is, it's meant to be a country, you know. They couldn't find people to run their affairs. They resorted to this old pedophile and terrorist. Somebody who came out and said, I will make the country ungovernable today, is telling me about one nation, one Nigeria. Let's be patriotic. So why did you make unpatriotic comments then? Why did you say that baboon, that you will soak the blood of baboon? Or that the baboons will be soaked in blood or something of that nature? So you don't see that as being inflammatory? You don't see that comment as being unpatriotic? I'm asking Buhari, the terrorist, when you said, I will make the country ungovernable, was that a patriotic comment? I'm asking our Fulani journalists writing rubbish. You think we are dumb? Do I look like Ohaneze to you? That you can write rubbish and we'll let it pass? You are dreaming. I am asking our WhatsApp people, do you think that comment that Buhari made, saying he will spread Islam everywhere, Sharia, do you think that was a very patriotic comment he made? Let's go from one bumbling dictator to another. The Central Bank of the zoo, in continuation of its forex curbs, has restricted the use of Naira-denominated cards overseas. This is happening 3 months after it reviewed downwards the existing limit on the usage of Naira-denominated cards. This man is... Do they make laws for all this thing, or this idiot from CBN can wake up one morning and decide to change the rules? So you are in a shopping mall somewhere or about to pay for something important abroad, and your card will be declined because one idiot called them as CBN in Abuja has just decided overnight. Don't authorize them. You are leaving people stranded. You fools who don't reason. You claim you're a banker. People traveled abroad before this, your useless directive was made. The only money they have is the one on their cards. How are they supposed to transact their businesses? You claim you're an economy. I don't know these people. I don't know this. What is wrong with black people? Does it mean that in an entire zoo full of people, you cannot find those who are reasonable to make decisions? You are the central bank. You want to allow the forces of demand and supply to determine the rate of the zoo currency called Naira, not to be tampering with people's well-being. People traveled with their cards to go and make purchases on it. It is their money. Who are you to tell them not to spend it? Oh, black people. But if you travel abroad, you're the CBN governor. You spend money, don't you? Don't you spend money, I ask you? Of course you do. Baboons and monkeys everywhere. Lunatics everywhere. I don't know what is wrong with black people. That people cannot wake up and be able to reason like human beings. They keep behaving like fools. I can't understand it. You wake up in the morning, you want to change the law. The Naira is falling because you're not producing anything. The Naira is falling because the economy is weak. Try and address the root causes of the weaknesses within the economy, not to be telling people don't spend their money abroad. What type of human beings are these? Oh, my goodness me. That's what happens when you go to school in the zoo. You cannot be able to reason. The police in the zoo have started a special stop and search operation on roads and highways nationwide with emphasis on roads in and out of major cities and towns. The order for the commencement of the operation was issued on Tuesday by the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Solomon Arasi, another man with the overseas bank account. But let's continue. It is coming days after bomb attacks in different cities in the northwest and north central. So why don't you, since the bombing is coming from there, why don't you confine your stop and search to Awasa Almajiri people? Why are you bringing it down to Biafra land as well? Because they need to return the roadblocks. You remember? You know, I told you before when Buhari said, oh, we are banning roadblocks and checkpoint. I told you it is rubbish. He can never do it. Now, instead of the police to say, we are now reintroducing checkpoints, they said it is called now stop and search. You have to stop now before they search you. And you're going to stop at a checkpoint, isn't it? Do you see how they lie? Black people in this UG. Do you see how black people concoct lies every day of their lives? And they wonder why they're so poor. They banned listen very carefully. The terrorists came into power and said, no more checkpoints. They were all celebrating. I came on Radio Biafra to say, this nonsense can never last. It's in their nature. But that is what they are taught to do when they go to their training school, be it police or army. The first thing they ask you is, do you know how to set up a checkpoint? Roadblock, which is to go and bring drum, fill it with cement and put it in the middle of the road with gun. That is all. And now you're a commander. You're a general. The order for the commencement of the operation was issued on Tuesday by the police. So that thing that Buhari said is no longer true then. No, they will start and tell you, oh, it's in and out of major cities, which means it's on every road now. Every road leads to a major city. Doesn't it? Do you see how they operate? The zoo. Liars and deceivers. The police are in on it as well. They are there to keep law and order, but they are the ones supplying guns to armed robbers. Don't you know that? It's the police now. They give guns to armed robbers. After stealing, they share the process. Sometimes the policeman will just take off his uniform and dabble into armed robbery. The zoo police. It is the most, and I can't say corrupt. It's not just useless. Is the most inconsequential police force on earth. Inconsequential. Criminally minded. Of course it is. Members of APC, which is now the party of the terrorists of Boko Haram party, from across the southeast zone of the country, which means Igbo land, they call it, yesterday sought divine intervention over the appointment of a secretary to the government of Federation for the zone, just as they urged Buhari to carry the area along his appointments, according to the leader of the group, who is the pastor. They are begging Buhari, please, if it is a gate man now, secretary to government, give us. Anything you give Igbo, we will take. These are people with oil coming from Aguleri, Awamama, Ohaji, Ebema, Ukuta, Okwa. Oil well, choking out oil. They are begging, please make us gate man now. We are Igbo. Oh dear. Oh dear. Didn't you vote for Okoroawosa? So you claim. Okoroawosa that brought a homosexual nightclub to Owerri. They are mad people. Very soon Owerri man will start marrying man. You know, in Islam, man and woman, they dress alike. So nobody knows who is who. Hey, they all wear magazine now. Don't they? Everybody wears the same thing. Members of the APC from across the southeast zone of the zoo yesterday sought divine. They are praying and fasting to be made a gate man at Asorok. Very sad indeed. A very shameful position to be in for people that claim they have sense. We have sense. We are strategizing. After all that strategy from Ngige, all of you are begging for secretary to government. So sad. So sad. And when all this nonsense, oh, it's our turn. Give our man something. So the last they have been appointing in your village, how has it affected you positively? Some of you live abroad. Is the man in charge abroad? Is he from your village? Anyway, you're black. Suspected members of Boko Haram sect in an email have threatened to kill infidel Adeola Akinremi, the features editor of This Day. The death threat was issued after the journalist wrote a piece titled, Why Boko Haram Don't Deserve Our Amnesty. Don't deserve your amnesty. They have run away. Oh my goodness me. Boko Haram is fighting for something that they believe in. They want Sharia. Before the British came, they had their Sharia. So allow them to go back to what they want. Allow them to go back to what they had before. They want to practice Sharia. Why are you forcing them to practice white man's way of life? In England, are they practicing Sharia? The answer is no. So why must you force people to practice something that's alien to them? That is why Africa is boiling and why Africa cannot be developed. That concludes this very morning of our very lengthy and detailed news presentation to, of course, cover for the time we have not been able to broadcast live in the morning, especially. Now our lines are going to be opened up and we are going to take your calls. We will take your calls this morning, and once it comes in, please endeavor please to turn your system down. Once you turn it down, you will be able to hear us. Our lines are opened up and you are at liberty to call Radio Biafra. If you call us, we will be able to take your call. Our lines are now opened and you can call us. You are free to call Radio Biafra now. And once again, you know the number to call, but I will, of course, give it to you. You have the number already, but I'll give it to you. The number to call is 081-738-13596. We have the first caller calling us this very morning. Let us see what they have to say. This is Radio Biafra, the caller on the phone. Can you hear me?
Yes, good morning, Director.
Good morning to you. Give us your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Chukwebuka Ike Chukwuchukwu. I am calling from Anambra State.
I love your name. Chukwebuka Ike Chukwu. Oh my goodness, I love it. Please go ahead. The world is listening. Go ahead.
Director, we the Biafrans, we are tired of this geological nonsense. And I am talking to the world from Biafra land. Let Britain and America leave us alone. There is no way we can be in the same country with people who doesn't have the same lifestyle with us, with people who doesn't share the same common idea with us, with people who doesn't dress the way we dress, the people that doesn't eat the same food with us, the people that doesn't have the same way of worship with us. Let Britain and America leave Biafrans to go alone. And again, I want to make it clear to Britain and America that, to me, I call APC Association of Political Criminals. How can someone who is the president, who said some weeks ago that there is no money in the country,
terrible,
today now he's dipping out some money. Why can't he open up to say this is the amount he makes in the country's pocket? He never said such. Now he is telling us how much they're about to spend. Why can't he open up and tell us how much they made there? They're just trying to paint issues. Why are these people causing troubles in our just taking us for granted? Let America and Britain leave us alone. And Greta has been calling this line the so-called Wole Soyinke. I am challenging him for a debate. I am challenging him for a debate. If he says that he's whoever or that let him. I am challenging him for a debate. Let him know that in Biafra land, na izu keme na ade atu ade timo nwa na akwaga. Iwe na ewa nwa bu mukoro ga niye na megin. Okwadu maka jiani o. Ogi maka jiani.
In a short while we commence. In a short while, people must be patient. In a short while, once every arrangement is in place, we will commence to burn the zoo down. As we said to them, the only alternative they have is to allow us to go. Very peacefully, Buhari, you can go and enjoy your money abroad, and all the rest of them. I'm not talking about Yoruba, they're too coward. All of you, I was Fulani men with your money in Dubai, in Qatar, in Malaysia, in Singapore. You can go and have fun and enjoy your money. You have made enough money. The lives of your people can never ever improve because of your feudal tendencies. You prefer to accumulate money and influence in the hands of one person, and the rest will come and beg. My dear brother, thank you very much. The world have heard what you have to say. Thank you very, very much. I like your name immensely. It's a very good name. Thank you very much. We are live and we are direct, and Chukwu Abiyama is presiding. I want to go over to the line to see who is there. The caller, can you hear me? Can you hear me? They are not paying attention, are they? They are not paying attention. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, turn your system down. Can you hear me for the last time?
Yes, I can hear you.
Turn your system down. Turn it down completely. You are interfering with our listening pleasure. Please give us your name and where you're calling from. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. Let us try another person. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? No, they're making too much noise. Way too much noise. That is the problem we are having. People who don't understand what we are doing here in this village. My goodness me. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? I have a caller on the phone, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. It could be the network, quite possibly the network. They can't hear me. They can. Let's try once again.
Yes.
The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah. Good morning, Director.
Good morning to you.
My name is Eze Adinaga.
Eze.
I'm from Law Banta. Yeah, Adinaga. I'm from Law Banta, Umucheze.
Umucheze. Thank you very much. Umunochi. Thank you very much. Go ahead. Please move about. Your line is not very clear. Move about a bit where you are for clearer reception.
All right. But I'm very grateful for what you are doing for us. May God bless you and bless your family.
He said, bless you too.
Yeah. This song that we are doing, God will protect you. No everyone will see you through.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's what I have to tell you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. This is Radio Biafra. We're live and we're direct, and our lines are opened up, and people can call. If you call Radio Biafra, turn your system down and you speak to me once you hear my voice. I have a caller on the phone. Can you hear me? The caller on the phone. Can you hear me?
Morning.
Good morning to you. What is your name? Morning. Good morning. Go ahead.
Right now, what you guys skip is more from listening to the phone.
So you can pay and attention, concentrate and listen to your radio because you don't have common sense. You don't have people who don't have common sense. That is what we are trying to eradicate in black people. Common sense. Common sense. If you call Radio Biafra, turn your system down. Turn it off completely. We are not here for some kind of voice parade. We are here to educate and sanitize the whole world as to our plight and the difficulties we are undergoing in the damn nation called Nigeria. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Thank you very much. Please give us your name and where you're calling us from.
It's Jonathan. I'm calling from Igbo.
Thank you very much. The world is listening. Go ahead.
We fully in support of what you are doing, sir.
Thank you very much.
There is no one who will stop you because it's called from God, from Yahweh himself.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm the coordinator of Fumokono in Igbo. We say that anything that is their command is our wish. And there is nothing will stop us because my uncle have started this place and he told us well. That is a method of the most. I'm a native of Fumokono.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So there is nothing will stop us and we have started.
Thank you very much.
Sir?
Yes, go ahead.
I wish you well because the journey you started is a good journey and we are in support. I have not less than 150 people around me that is in support of this movement, sir.
Wonderful.
So, yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
So, people are annoyed. Even they want to march out before you command, sir, but we are holding ourselves because you are the last commander.
Thank you very much.
Well done, sir.
Thank you very much. And I want that discipline to hold. We are doing what we are doing to see if we are going to be more disciplined than those of them that went before us, because ill discipline cost us a lot during that very episode. So far, so good. You have been holding the line. We must remain resolutely disciplined so that any day we march, the zoo will crumble. We know what we are doing. Continue to evangelize. Continue to set up Biafran families wherever you are. Continue to do what is right and righteous before heaven and this very earth. Continue to do the needful. Continue to be grateful to Chukwu Okike Abiama, because without him we are nothing. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone, for the last time, your name and where you are. Oh my goodness me. Are you sure there are human beings at all? Of course there must be. There must be. Because they're able to dial a phone. The caller on the phone, turn down your system, your name and where you are. This is Radio Biafra.
Good morning, sir, Director.
Good morning to you. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Uchenna Ndukwe. I'm calling from Ugwacha, Biafran.
Thank you very much. Ugwacha is very strong. Please go ahead.
Director, I want to thank you for your good work, sir.
Thank you very much.
We are strongly behind you. Go ahead, sir. We are waiting for your order, sir.
Of course, it will come.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Very, very soon it will come. Thank you very, very much for that. This is Radio Biafra. Not only are we live, we are direct, and Chukwu Abiama is listening. Not only is he listening, he is presiding over our proceedings here on earth. I have a caller on the line. Can you hear me? The caller on the line, no, they cannot hear me. They are testing to see it, so they can boast to their friends themselves for called Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, my director. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, please. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Russell. I'm calling from Aprakin Barak, Kalaba State.
You're calling from where?
Aprakin Barak, River State, Army Barak.
Army Barak. So I will not ask you for any further of your name then. Go ahead, please. The world is listening. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. I've been tweeting with you. I've been sharing information about, information from Punch to you and to others.
Yes.
Now, there is something I want to let you understand. I will be happy if IPOB will be registered in Nigeria. And as it is registered, we start operating as a security outfit in Nigeria. I will be happy to make such attempt. If it is not possible for you to do, I will take charge of that. I will register it, IPOB security outfit, understand? And employ people. I will put people there that will take care of the whole communities in this nation, in Nigeria. Understand?
Yes, I do.
I will be happy. Hello, Director.
Yes, I'm hearing you. Allow me to, I want to respond to what you have just said. And the reason why we will not go down that path. Because IPOB, we are a revolutionary vanguard within reason and, of course, the law. We must understand that very well. That is why we have not, nobody can come and say we have broken any laws of anybody yet. Now, what we are going to do is that we are going to rise up as one people, one single day, and bring the zoo down. We don't want to romance them or go through the back door or go through the window. We come to bring the whole house down, to take rightfully what is ours. Of course, I respect your opinion and what you're suggesting, but our modus operandi cannot allow us to divert from what we have set as the chosen path and course for us. Please, to register IPOB with the zoo will be an insult. I don't think that the zoo is worthy. To have a baboon sitting in front of me discussing to register something as sacred as IPOB is an insult. You cannot. IPOB is an institution. No monkey can tamper with it, or baboon for that matter. Thank you very much, my dear brother. I love your suggestion. In times gone by, it would have been workable, but for us, no, IPOB is too big for that type of an encounter. IPOB is we're all over the world. Awesome. Where people are civilized abroad, we register with them. We interact because they are human beings. We debate, we interact, we exchange ideas and letters. What are you going to do with monkey? Okay, blue banana be as bribe, fraud. You give a monkey, you left one banana. This is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
I can hear you, my director. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, my dear brother. Please give us your name and where you are calling us from, if you may.
This is Anedo Chukubike Eze, sir. I'm calling you from Aba, Biafran land.
Aba is too powerful. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. We are formidable. Sir, the Chukubike bless you, sir.
He say.
Chukubike will continue to guide you, sir.
He say.
For any evil eyes that look upon you, Chukwu shall pluck it out. And any evil finger that pointed at you, sir, shall be cut off. Sir, I want to thank you for your good work. Honestly, we are more than grateful for what you are doing for us.
Thank you.
Sir, I want to thank you because IPOB in Aba is too strong, sir.
I know.
We are growing every day by day. We are growing every day by day. Our numbers are increasing. I thank God, sir, because people are waking up from their slumber. And you also said that we don't need many people for Biafra to come. So that Chukwu Kadema will receive all the glory to himself alone. Sir, I thank you for everything, sir. I thank you for your good work. May Chukwu Kadema continue to guide you. In your name I pray.
He say, every glory and honor goes to Chukwu Kadema in heaven, not to man. Man cannot accept the glory because Biafra is in his gifts to give. If it pleases the Almighty, Biafra will come. That is why we have to walk this very path we have chosen. That is why we must remain incorruptible. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Turn your system down.
Yeah, turn the system down. Hello.
Yes, please.
Yes. Good morning. May God bless you with your job.
Good morning to you. May we have your name, please?
My name is Peter John Aladim from Umubum in Idato South local government area. I am very happy. I am very, very happy to hear your voice every day in my life. I am very, very chargeable like a battery.
Thank you.
In fact, I am happy. I am happy more than everything. We need that Biafra today and tomorrow. In fact.
Thank you very much.
Because the reason why, so I don't know why the time I go ahead educate. This is why I for anything. So because all the women now, the women street go to my village. Everybody very, very happy for you. So I don't know why they continue. Maybe you like a choker and you like a delay at all. Gani, I don't answer. But even Nigeria is safe. Many of them, almost half of them now. Like Igbo. So can you tell me pretending I can have my television? I am not really in Kudia. So I am very, very much happy for you. I know that you are my bless all your father, bless all your mother, bless all your children. Bless all your movement. I'm a camper. That is teaching the whole world. And the Almighty God from heaven send the earthquake and thunder to break the mega earthquake, blast all of them as small them all of them in the name of in Jesus' name.
He said,
so I'm not here because you have a problem. You men are going to children and alone. So more Biafra. I'm not that name. Yeni no kubesho, wali no mayini kubesho kama awa raba. Ebeni no hacho oke bribe yeni kuano oko sho shamama. and they swear and Abuja everywhere. You know when I'm continue your journey, no problem. So I'm my lieutenant, I'm not to continue having this on the you can talk area. I don't look at it. Can we come here and go? We need a coordinator. Can I coordinate to you about local government? That I need the foreign I don't think how about us, but I'm not you. The next time I go out the performance in that this area. So continuing with anyway, that goes in the show, that goes in the million. To go out
Ofondo. I know that some people sometimes they say we want to work with Yoruba. It's possible. Don't do plan with Yoruba for your information. Yoruba want their own freedom. We combine with Yoruba. You are dreaming. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra.
Good morning, sir, my director.
Good morning to you.
My name is Coach Zochuku. I'm calling from Iguacha.
From Iguacha, not Port Harcourt. Iguacha is the name. Of course. Please
yeah. My director, I'm very happy to hear from you this morning. Hi. I've been crying since Friday. I've not been hearing your live presentation on radio. Hi. In short, I've been making inquiries to know if there's something wrong. Maybe start now to match.
No, there is nothing wrong. Yeah. We are complete. We are total. We are total. And the Iguacha is making me very proud. I'm telling you.
My director, I'm very happy to hear from you this morning. It has been a long. I'm trying to reach you, but it's not easy to reach this number.
You have done so today. You have done so
today. My brother here, I want to talk.
Of course, yes.
Hello, good morning, my director.
Good morning to you, my dear brother.
My name is Onyebuchi Ogodo. I'm speaking from Iguacha in Biafran.
Thank you very much. You're welcome, and the world is listening. Please go ahead.
I will have a little bit problem. I have tried to connect to the coordinator in Port to know where you can register for IPOB center for DOD, but you haven't connected. The number is not reachable.
Have you called the inquiry line that everybody calls? Have you called the inquiry line?
No, I haven't called the inquiry. I'm calling the coordinator number that we have. I haven't called the inquiry number.
Yeah, what you need to do is some of you around where you are should begin to organize yourselves into a group, because right now, as we speak, we are developing IPOB in every village in Biafra land. We want to overwhelm the zoo. So where you are, you can start gathering yourself, your brother, your sisters, those of them who are around you. Begin to come together. Begin to have a family meeting. And as time goes on, you will be thoroughly affiliated with the wider body in Iguacha. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for that. Thank you. Wherever you are, you must begin to gather as a group of people. Your name will always be IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra. Onurube Wanabaloso. If you hear the cry of your brethren, never ever run away. Instead, run towards that cry that you're hearing to go and rescue them. We are one family, all of us. Idoma, Igala, Ishekiri, Isoko, Igaba, or Isobo, as the case may be. If you come from Izon, if you come from Ibibio, if you come from Igbo, you are one people. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? My goodness me, my goodness me. There is no way you can call me and we take the call and you want our voice to come on your radio immediately. That means you didn't go to school, you don't know physics. The speed of sound is 850 miles per second. If you consider where I am and where you are, before my voice gets to you, it will take about 3 to 4 seconds if you're calling. But on the phone, it is real time, so you continue talking. You don't stop. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, this is Radio Biafra, your name and where you are, please.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, Director, my name is Aniefi Okedet. I'm from Ibibio, in the state called Akwa Ibom.
Yes.
but I based in Equator.
In Iguacha, thank you very much. Ibibio and Igbo,
Okay.
they are one. Go ahead.
Yes, Director. Please, sir, I want to make one appeal, and I don't want you to be angry, please, sir.
Go ahead.
The appeal I want to make is that if truly Chukwu Okike Abiyama has called you for this mission, please, sir, make everything possible for we to march, because I may not be able to tell you what is going on here in this zoo called Nigeria. But I will tell you the truth. Let the whole world hear me. There is total wickedness in this country called Nigeria. Please, help us. Let us march so that we can go out from this slaving set of people called themselves Nigeria. I am a member of IPOB in my place where I'm staying. Please, we are doing all our best. I'm posting posters everywhere. I talk to people concerning Radio Biafra. I tell them to listen. I post posters. That is the little what I can do. But on your own, whatever thing you know that you can do, by the grace of God, I want you to do it so that we march. God will bless you and bless your family and keep you. And I tell you one thing. If truly God is the one that called you, you will know that no power and no man on earth will be able to get you or to harm you, even your family. Thank you and God bless you, your family, and God, all the Biafra people. Basha.
Thank you very much. He said to that, I love when I hear somebody from Ibibio, because Ibibio is the closest blood relatives that Igbo people have. The very, very closest. Mind you that Ikwere is Igbo, not another derivative of Igbo. No, it is not. It is pure part and parcel of Igbo itself. People may, because of stolen properties, because of what Yorubas told them. Look at Yoruba today. Are they coming to your rescue? There is pollution in your land. They cannot even rescue you. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra. The world is listening. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Akwa Ibom State.
From Akwa Ibom State. Where exactly in Akwa Ibom are you? Tony, please move away from your radio. I want the world to hear you. Move away from where you are, please.
I come from a Konologu government area in Akwa Ibom State, the origin of the Ibibio land.
My goodness me. My goodness me.
Yes.
My goodness. Thank you very much.
The origin of the Ibibio land. We are fit to move if you are going to give us order right now. We are not happy for what is going on in this zoo.
I know Ibibio is too strong. I know. Very, very soon we are going to march. And I know that we can count on Akwa Ibom, on Ibibio, to come out and do us proud as they did between 67 and 70. We must march.
100%. We are 100% ready. We are 100% ready.
I know.
We want to march. We are tired for what is going on in this zoo.
Everybody's tired, but we have to be prepared before we commence so that we don't have any fallbacks, because we are going to win. As I said to them, we are going to win. Eventually we win. That is one thing about us. We emerge triumphant. Thank you very much. Radio Biafra has been listened to across the very heart of Ibibio territory. The very heart of it. Of Ibibio territory. And I'm very glad about that. People are listening all over the world. All over the world. If you hear, it doesn't matter where your brother, your sister is. If they're in South Africa, tell them to join the IPP family there. If they're even if they're in Angola, tell them. Wherever they are, if you're listening to us, you are in Russia, you are in India, you are in Pakistan, tell them to go and join the nearest family to them. If there is none, they can start one. IPOB belongs to everybody. It belongs to everybody, because IPOB will make sure that Biafra will come. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. Your name and where you are.
Yes, I can hear you, Director. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
My name is Chimezie Otigwe from Ekusigo on Ozobro, Anambra State. I'm calling from Aba.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead. The world is listening. Go ahead.
Yes. Director, I have heard you many times about Biafra. I'm here in Aba. So your work is very, very good and fine. I like the way you direct and the way you put things in order. On 30th May, I was at TKC at Aba, and I saw many things going on that time. I thank you for all you are doing for us. Hello?
Thank you, my dear brother. I can hear you very well. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. I can hear you.
I thank you for all you have done for us. And I that day I saw your movement. Your movement is very, very okay to humankind.
You are kind. You are very kind. Thank you.
Yes, because I'm here watching opposite that police station and watching the movement and all the army forces and the police force that was there that day. All of them, they are not in the mood to react or to do anything funny, because we ourselves, we march that day and we walk all over the Aba premises to make sure that the parade is on. But I thank you for all you are doing and all you will do ahead. So thank you for all you are doing for us. I'm one of the IPOB members in Aba here.
Wonderful.
So thank you for all you are doing.
Thank you very much, my dear brother. And well spoken. Well spoken, of course. As I said, we had the whole of Aba chained that very day. Aba was completely sealed off. If there was anything, I'm sure they knew what to expect or what would have come. We don't look for trouble, you see. I believe in freedom of speech. You can say anything you like about us. I don't care. If you move physically against IPOB, then you call down the wrath of people that you regret all the days of your life that you never met before. We are very quiet. No doubt about it. We go about our business trying to make sure that we extricate ourselves from the British-created monstrosity or the disgrace and shame upon the face of the earth. Because the zoo called Nigeria is the worst country ever made. They are not fighting a war, but they are losing more lives every day than ISIS is beheading in the entire Middle East. That tells you all you need to know about them. An evil, satanic country that people, sometimes, I don't even know where their minds go to. Before this day is out, they will tell you how many people are dead already. Today, what is their crime? They are Nigerians. That is the only crime they've committed. Thank you very much, my dear brother. I welcome that our bar was completely sealed off to all forces of evil and darkness. Those we are allowed to come closer is for them to observe. We are not lawbreakers. We are not unruly. No, we just want our freedom. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you clearly.
Thank you very much. Give us your name and where you are calling us from, if you may.
I am Manuel Chuku. I'm calling from Makurdi, Benue State.
From Makurdi in Benue. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yes, I just saw your program on the telly, and I'm very joyful that I'm hearing such from you over there.
Thank you very much. So you're listening to us via satellite, is that correct?
Yes, satellite, yes.
Okay, tell other people as well around you the same way you got it. Tell them to also tune their satellite to be able to receive Radio Biafra. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're doing a worthwhile job, and the sensitization is what is necessary in making the IPOB or the Biafra vision to be a reality.
Of course.
I think I'm very, very well impressed.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. And look for IPOB where you are and join them as well. If there is none where you are, you can start one. If there is none where you are, you have the permission to start one immediately. And then you will be affiliated to the closest family to you. And then from there to the nearest coordinator. Thank you very much. Even in Makurdi, people are listening via satellite. And the zoo is trembling. Everywhere, because the truth is being spoken. People are panicking, and rightfully so. They are panicking, and rightfully so. We are live and we are direct. I will tell you what our man wrote about us yesterday. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? The caller for the last time on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Director.
Good morning to you. Give us your name and where you are.
Good morning, Director.
Morning.
My name is Michael Ogwejo. I'm calling from Libreville, Gabon.
From Libreville, Gabon. Thank you very much. The world is listening. Go ahead.
I'm very I'm very happy having heard from you again once more. Director, in fact, we are trying what we can here in Libreville to put things in order for our people to belong to IPOB.
Yes.
We recently, our national coordinator from Port-Gentil came and inaugurated the Libreville session. So it was awesome. There were many people that were eager to join us once more. Director, I want to make a comment concerning this issue of Boko Haram in Ekulobia. And
Yes.
I would like to suggest something. Director, will it not be possible for our members in Anambra State to start looking wherever they see these people with their cows, let them silently kill them so that they will run away by themselves? Because with the way I'm seeing things and the way things are going, it's likely that most of our people are going to be victims right there in Anambra State. And again, if it will be possible to tell our IPOB members not to tell everybody not to give them houses. Let them not see a house where they will live in Anambra State. Let nobody accept to give them house to live, so that we will be able to see them and know what their plan is all about. Because this is going to be very dangerous. Allowing them to be in our midst, we find it difficult because very soon they will start demasking themselves, behaving or wearing the same cloth like us to confuse us, so that we will not know who is who.
They are doing that in Owerri already. They are doing that in Owerri already. They are doing that. Okorocha, the ones that Okorocha brought in, they are doing that already. They are teaching them how to speak Igbo language, and they are wearing our clothes. Up and there was no Owerri. That the Alamajiri that Okorocha brought in. Go ahead.
You can imagine that. Well, Director, that's what I want to contribute for the moment. And I thank you once again for the good thing God has been using you to do in Biafra land. And I plead with every Biafran, every IPOB members all over the world to come out. This is not a one-man's business. This is not a personal issue. Everybody talking about is Nnamdi Kanu, give all this thing, do all this and do all this. No, that is not the issue. Everybody should put their hands, every hand should be on deck,
of course,
so that we come out from this mess. All this mess that the Hausa Fulani are causing on our people. Let us join hands together and come out from it. Let nobody think that it's Nnamdi Kanu's affairs alone. It is all people, all Biafran's affair. So that is what I will say for the moment. I thank you once more, and Chukwabama bless you. In Yahushua name I pray.
I love that. Thank you very, very much for that. Thank you. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. And Chukwokika Biama in heaven is, of course, presiding over our proceedings here. Thank you very much from Gabon. Our man was saying that we claim, I was a journalist. We claim people are calling from, we claim people are calling from Russia, calling from. Do you think we lie like you? Huh? Do you think we are lying like you do? Do you think we lie like some of you do? We are not liars, you see. We are the children of light. If I tell you the truth, what will you do? If people don't, since that the home front has taken over, is it when somebody calls from Abba? If you call Radio Biafra, we'll ask you, give us your name and where are you calling from? You will only we don't lie on Radio Biafra. We are all over the world and you know that. Go on the 30th of May, you will understand. Call the governments of the world and they will tell you that these people are indeed everywhere. That is why any day we commence our march, the zoo cannot last. For up to 7 days or that. This is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Your name and where you are, please.
Director, good morning.
Good morning to you.
My name is MS Mbeme Opum. I'm speaking from Enugu.
Thank you very much.
Director, I went to Anambra last week. So I went to that prison where they got those Boko Haram.
Yes.
That place wasn't Okuloda. It was Ezinite in Agwata. The village is Aku village.
Aku, yes. Yes.
Aku village. I went there when the soldiers there did not allow me to enter. They said I should run back. So we get back from that place. So that place, that thing was true. It's true. They brought those Boko Haram there. I confirm it. I went there. Director, I thank you for your work. I really thank you. You are really trying for us. At least you are exposing these two people, two countries. They are exposing all their evil things they are doing against us. The world have known it. And even me, you have already educated me. Because I don't know what is happening all this while. Until I start listening to this Radio Biafra. I'm now educated now. I know my right and my wrong. I'm telling you. Director, I thank you.
Thank you very
May
much.
God bless you.
And you too, my dear
And
brother.
another thing, the network here in Enugu is so good. That's why people haven't called from Enugu today.
I know. We are going to fix that today. It moved away briefly. We are going to reset the satellite link that we're using. We'll try and get that worked on today. Don't worry about that. We'll have that fixed this very day. Thank you very, very much for that. Thank you for that. This is Radio Biafra. Not only are we live, we are direct, and the whole world is listening. They are listening, and they have to listen. They have to listen because we are preaching the truth. Buhari have now withdrawn 1.2 trillion naira in a day. 3 trillion he has spent in a month, and he claims is an empty treasury. They are reporting this very day. We are reporting it like anything they do, of course. Anything they do, we bring it to the attention of the whole world. How much have you withdrawn, Buhari? Tell us the truth. How much did you see when he went into Asarok? How much did Jonathan hand back over to you? Or did you cut a deal with Jonathan? You carry half, I carry half. I say there is no money in the treasury. Then after a while, I'll begin to say we are spending money. Look at all these smoke and mirrors that they are performing. This is Igbo. But you have stolen so much money from PTF, Buhari. Why do you need more money? I want to ask our WhatsApp people, like even Dangote. You keep stealing and stealing and stealing. You want to buy Arsenal Football Club. There are people in the streets of Awasa land begging for food to eat. Alamajiri. But you want to go and buy us. I don't know how people reason. Context. And insensitivity, I would say. You are spending money. We'll come to Onyoshi, Buhari. All of them are rogues. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
My name is Chimezie Wala, calling from Lukuru Mumbere. Director, I'm happy. You are back online. I'm happy. You know, everyone seeing Jaga. This zoo is finished already. Everybody can see that. This zoo is finished. Zoo has finished. Jaga, everything has finished. All the everybody, nothing like Nigeria. If you're in Nigeria, that you are a monkey or you are a babu, you are a fool. The zoo is finished.
Of course it is finished. Oh my God. What happened to you? Oh my goodness me. My goodness me. We lost him. We have lost him. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you very much. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
Good morning, Director.
Good morning to you.
I am Chukwemeka Chukwukadibia. I'm calling from Enugu.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yes, I am happy to speak to you again. I've spoken to you sometime in the past. I am calling from Independence Layout area in Enugu.
Yes, go ahead.
By the special grace of God, I am the coordinator there. There's something I've had a realization. There's something I've been able to realize. That what makes our people to always go back to live in fear and coming out because we have been snared into corruption. Our people are very deep into corruption.
Yes, it's true.
I have made it a point of duty myself, if I am traveling, I preach it in the vehicle. Like 2 days ago, or thereabout, I was going to Oka. I took it as a point of duty. Immediately, I allowed the person who was praying in the vehicle to finish praying, and after the person had prayed, I started preaching about this particular cause for our freedom, for the realization of our freedom. Now, the people amidst the preaching, I understand that people are afraid to defend who they are. People are afraid, so afraid to defend themselves. I don't really know what the problem is. Igbo problem. We have a very nasty problem. Very nasty one indeed. We have a very serious problem. And to the way we go about it, I wouldn't know how we go about it. And I was telling them seriously that why we are making this particular thing known to people now is because we do not want anybody. We do not want any blood to be wasted. No, unless I continue to tell them that why we are doing this, that each and every one of us is expected to be a member of the IPOB. That from you have told us several times that what the United Nations needs is our number. That if we come out in mass and shout that we need our freedom, that they will give us the freedom without shedding blood,
course,
without a gunshot.
No. Let me. This thing you're saying now is very, very simple. You know, people don't understand how international politics work. If we come out now and say we are going to start from Ebanke, Ibuakere, after you leave Edo, you enter into, after you climb the hill, you come into Biafra land, that we all come out on that road. On that road, all the way to Enugu, the road is filled. From Owerri, all the way to Onitsha, the road is packed, going to Iguacha. That if you're looking at it from a helicopter, you'll be seeing multiple. They will give you Biafra now. Is the people have spoken. You know, our people don't know how the world works. The world works with the mentality or psyche of majority. If you people come out and say you want Biafra, there is nothing anybody can do about it. Nobody can stop you from getting Biafra. Nobody. But you need to march with one voice at the same time, and then you see Biafra come. Very simple thing.
Our people are so daft. I continue to make this particular assertion. They are so daft. They cannot listen. If you continue to shout, it is corruption. The corruption in this particular zoological republic that has eaten deep into them. If you even the place where I work, I find it very difficult because my manager is making it a kind of difficult for me. That if he hears anybody listening to opening the radio for Radio Biafra, that he will strike the person. I say, well,
who is this manager of yours? Can you send us his name and his number? Is he all right? Is he Igbo? I want to know.
Igbo man, an Igbo man.
No, and then there was if somebody can be answering
threatening everybody. Is it? So, but my own self, I know who I am. I have been talking it over within the place where I work. I have been talking it from everywhere. I want everybody there to listen to it because I know they are very much afraid. And when it comes, definitely, I know that at a point we will get to a point when he himself will bring a seat and sit down and begin to listen to Radio Biafra. He will be asking me what is going on. And that very particular time, I have been telling them not to wait to live on second-hand information. Because second-hand information may be very deadly. That it is better he listens to you. He listens to the Radio Biafra and know what is to be done at the point when it is to be done. Not waiting for another person who will bring some kind of concoction or concocted and diluted message and broadcast to them. But they wouldn't listen. Well, I thank you so much. I've been waiting to hear you particularly. I've been hearing your deputy, Uche Mefo. He hasn't been, even his voice even sounds more deadly. I'm telling you. His voice sounds more, it is deep, but very deadly. So I know how much my own self, I have told, I'm married, that I told my wife that whatever comes to happen, that she has embraced it also. She has embraced it. She knows the cause that we are fighting for. I want freedom. My own self, I have to be free. I'm an engineer. I graduated. I know my work. I am a trained one because I studied the place where Germans train people. I studied there and I can work with my hands. So I always tell my manager that when I was coming to the place where I'm working now, I came with my skills. But if I'm moving out, I'm moving with my skills. That it doesn't mean anything to me. That what I want is freedom. Well, when I get this very particular freedom, I mean, it's because maybe he's living in a kind of maybe money will be coming from here. And what am I paid there? Rubbish. So I said, there's no problem. So I thank you very much. I pray to Kwadama to continue to bless you and to continue to bless all the Biafrans all over the world, wherever we are. And by the special grace of Kwadama, we are going to definitely get what we are looking for. Nobody, no human being, no animal born of any human being will ever stop it. In Chukwadia's name, my name, I pray.
I love that. Thank you very, very much. We are determined and we are resolute. People sometimes wonder and say, oh, why don't we march? We should march. I said to them, no. Your people are very, very difficult. They will say, who did you tell? You did not consult anybody, didn't tell anybody. That's their way. So, I need to reach Buhanogu. There will be IPOB in every village in Biafra land. Radio Biafra will broadcast into every village in Biafra land and beyond. And then we commence our march. Let us hear who will say that they're not part of it. As soon as you dissent, we are going to. We're not going to allow any saboteur to be alive. Never. Because they're the ones that will bring in, especially those of them born by Awusa Fulani men. We can't allow them to exist. If you are hostile to Biafra, it means your father or your mother is Awusa. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Thank you very much. Turn your system down. Give us your name and where you are.
Yes, my name is Robert Okonasukwo. I'm calling from Ikono. If you are going to work in Ikono local government, the grading of the BBO.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, we are not happy for what is going on. In fact, if possible, we are 100% ready now to move. There's no shaking. We are not afraid of anything. We are waiting for your order. If you can even give us order now for we to move. We are tired of these people. We are the people that are making this money for them. We hold the money. We hold the oil. They are using our oil to intimidate us. We are not happy. We are waiting for your order. Give us the order. Let's move.
Thank you very much. And we shall do so in a short while. As soon as we are complete, we will do the needful. We will do the needful. I'm seeing a picture of here. They are mimicking a picture of Obama pregnant with a child. That man is an abomination upon the face of the earth. You know, I don't know if you feel upset as I am when I look at the picture of Obama. There is this anger that wells up inside me. That man is a monumental disappointment. Very big disappointment, I must tell you. The only thing you achieved whilst you're in office is that man can marry man and men can go for surgery to become pregnant. Mad people indeed. There is lunacy everywhere. The caller on the phone spoiled the work that he did. Of course, I commend him for bringing the end of the zoo closer by making sure that America is dependent on American oil. That means that the zoo is about to collapse in a pile of disgrace and shame. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, my dear brother. Give us your name and where you're calling us from, if you may.
My name is Uche Oliver Oluchukwu from Ndizog East in Imo State.
Thank you very much.
Biafra land.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Sir, please, I can't wait to see Biafra. I'm highly annoyed. And in here, we have no people to inaugurate us in Alicia Obneiti in Ndizog East.
I am going to send, so if you stay on the line, 10 seconds longer, I am going to take down your phone number and I have people who will come to inaugurate you. I have them waiting.
Please, sir.
Ready. Yes. They will come to
I beg you, sir. I beg you, sir. I have been trying to get you. I can't get you. Today, I'm so happy that I get you. May Chukwu Obioma give you life. Sir Nnamdi Kanu, I'm interested. I can't wait to see Biafra again. I can't wait to see them. I'm highly annoyed. In here, I have mobilized boys. Boys are here with me, waiting for someone to come and inaugurate them.
This weekend, Diana Abhanye, somebody is going to come to inaugurate you people. Don't worry about it. In fact, you will get a call now. I am giving a direct order for a call to be placed to you immediately. You'll be called and you'll be given a date for your inauguration. I love the strength of your voice, the way you sound. I like it because you sound assured. And you'll be inaugurated this weekend. Assemble all the people, all the men you have with you. You will be inaugurated this very weekend.
Okay, sir. Please, I have to give you my another line. Should be in case of.
No, don't announce your line on air. I know why.
Okay, sir.
If you wait on this very line now, if you turn this line on, somebody will call you on this line in the next 5 minutes. In the next 5 minutes.
Okay, sir. Please, I need it. Please help me, sir. Thank you very much. And may Chukwu bless you.
Ise, thank you very much. I will make sure that you get this phone call immediately. You will get this call immediately. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. I love it this morning. A lot of people are, of course, not a lot. All our lines that are on are going crazy. They want Biafra so much. And we can't let... Do you want to let them down? You can't, because you are the creator. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, my dear brother. Give us your name and where you are, please.
My name is Ikechukwu Chemeri Echima, and I'm calling from Ibocha.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yes, we are evangelizing here, and we have get many people, but the IBOP will never around it. We need somebody that will be our head man here, so we need your help.
And where you're calling from? Iguacha?
Yes, Umolumini side.
Umolumini side. And you don't have anybody to inaugurate you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't worry. I will also do the same.
We are many here, and we are still evangelizing.
Very good. Do you have a meeting? Have you formed into a meeting already?
No, we have not formed it.
Okay.
We are in Eagle Cement Road.
Eagle Cement Road by my 4, you said, is it?
Eagle Cement Road,
In Iguacha, my 4, okay. We understand. Somebody is going to also call you on this line, please. Somebody is going to call you on this line, and please leave this line on. Somebody will call you and be able to take your details, please. Mile 4 as well in Iguacha. But we have a family there. It's just to direct them to go to the family. To direct them to go to the nearest family to them. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. Please, I want people to go and form Biafra family wherever they are, please. Wherever you are, go and form a family meeting there. Go and form a family meeting. Your country needs you. Your country needs you as well, please. We are live and we are direct, and people are calling us from all over the world. We multitask as well, you see. We take down details, do everything, and we continue. Please call the numbers provided. Make sure that people are ready, that they are willing, they are determined, that we may go together as one indivisible family to go and get Biafra. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Where you are is noisy. I have warned you before that people are listening all over the world. How can people be listening in America, in Canada, in Brazil, and it's very noisy? Doesn't make sense to me. Move away from where you are, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
This is Vincent Coker calling from Mbuko Bosi.
Mbuko Bosi, thank you very much. Please go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead.
Good morning, my director. I want to appreciate you for good work you are doing in these days. And I want to thank all my people who do for Mbukobo and all the members of IPOB. So I'm very, very appreciate the people out there are guiding you, protect you and you and your family. You are doing a good job for us. So that is my topic.
Thank you very much, my dear brother. Mbukobosi is also with us. Everywhere you go in Biafra land, people are with us. As I said to them before, I have nothing against ordinary MASOP members, and those of you who are moving across, we welcome you. And I ask you to welcome them as well. It's not their fault. It's Ifajuna that led them astray. It is not their fault. There are some people in MASOP that genuinely want Biafra in truth and honesty until Ifajuna led them astray. As most of them are coming over, when they come over, allow them to belong to IPOB, but under oath, of course. Because we take an oath, we don't intend to lead our country astray or lead people astray. Never, ever, ever. Never. This is Radio Biafra. We must continue to preach this very gospel. We are live and we are also direct. And heaven is watching what we are doing on earth. The time here now is 7 minutes past 11 in the morning. We are basically trying to compensate for the times we have been off air. You must bear with us. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? No. They cannot hear me. And that is also a cue of not just to come bring this program to an end, but to do a recap of the news headlines and the accompanying news summary. We reported earlier that even the British government now is saying that the Zoo army cannot defeat Boko Haram. If they cannot defeat Boko Haram, a ragtag army of terrorists, then how about those of us who are learned? How can they defeat us? The only thing stopping us from winning is fear itself. I don't want us to be afraid as a people. Never, ever be afraid of anybody. We are not asking to steal land belonging to anybody. We are not stealing anybody's property. We want Biafra. Is our country, is our home, our nation. We want to be left alone. Do you know we were alone before? Outside, they have not been ruling you from time. No. There was a time we were free people. Everybody on their own. Equal people were on their own, doing their own thing. People from Igbo were on their own. On the Chubo on their own, Igbo Binozo on their everybody Asaba, everybody's on their was on their own, you know, a gala land as we speak. Just doing your own thing. Everybody was equal. You don't go to rule anybody or to force anybody to come under your sphere of influence. One fateful day, one Beture left, Beture mean white, left their sheep to come. They said, "Oh, we brought you salt and the sugar and the chocolate. We want to take palm oil from you." We asked them, "Are you sure?" They said yes. "Oh, we want palm kernel. But this sheep is not good to do business here. Can we come on the ground to do the business?" You know, we are very hospitable people. We said, "Okay, come on the ground. There's no problem." From the ground, "Oh, can we look inside?" We said, "Oh, yeah, you can go look inside." From looking inside, "Oh, can we protect you?" And we asked them, "Protect us from who?" They said, "Oh, the French, they are coming. We want to protect you. Can you sign here? If you sign here, we protect you. We are English people. We are white." After all this nonsense, before you know it, that is Nigeria. Ask them, did they ask anybody or get our consent before they signed up to this one Nigeria nonsense? The answer is no. So what rubbish are they talking about? All this one Nigeria garbage, what nonsense are they talking about? What is one Nigeria, for goodness sake? Who the hell is one Nigeria? It's a place, it is only one Nigeria to Awasa Fulani when they can make money from oil and gas. Awasa, do you have oil? No. Okay, in fact, Awasa, tell us what you bring to the table in the zoo. You can't tell us it's food anymore because there are ships now carrying food about to offload. What do you bring to the table? Nothing. You steal everything. They laid pipe on the ground all the way to Kaduna to go and build a refinery. They asked Obasanjo, he said it is strategic diversification of key industries. Is Kaduna refinery working today? The answer is no. How about the shiny new one at One? Refineries still working? No. Why then are you building refineries outside? Awasa men. To tell you how wicked they are, Awasa people. Instead, they know that their fellow Awasa cannot work in a refinery. So they go to Equatorial Guinea like Abacha did. They go to Africa Coast as Babangida did to go and build refineries, to go and refine oil and then bring it back. Can you see that type of wickedness? To provide employment for other people but not for their own so-called fellow citizens. This is what we say about the zoo, and people don't, it's either they don't understand it or they try to claim something that we are not saying. The zoo must fall. Nigeria is evil. Nigeria is so much evil that the only thing saving them are your pastors. Pentecostal pastors. Because when people want to be angry, the pastor will say, oh, calm down, leave it for Jesus. Happy Jesus. God. Nonsense. But the white man that brought you the Bible, where they came from, there was a revolution. The white man killed every corrupt individual in their midst. They were killed. Do you know Americans had to kick out the British? Americans kicked them out to say you people are bad. Some of us are English. After all, George Washington has English blood. They said, yes, you gave birth to us, but you're evil. They condemned England for what it was doing. And today, America is the greatest country in the whole world. Why don't you learn from history? Why must you continue to be afraid? I remember black slaves in America. White people will come to Africa, raid Africa, take us as slaves. Only a handful of them take us to America and be treating us like donkeys in the farmland. One day, one white family said enough is enough. White family, mind you, they broke into the U.S. Army armory, took guns and started to fight fellow white people to say you must set black people free. That is what it takes to be free. Courage, conviction, fearlessness is what it takes for you to be free as a people. And we have demonstrated our fearlessness time without number. You must come with us. We are IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra. We are all over the world. And the zoo is afraid of us, and they have to be. We are waiting for them to provoke us, and they will, and then we march. That time the world will say they were on their own and you started it. That's what we're waiting for. And don't worry, they will come. They will give us excuse. And then we'll show them how serious we are. As I have said before, and I will keep saying, if anything happens to one single member of IPOB family, no matter how lowly they are, then the zoo will know how serious we are indeed. And once we start, then welcome Somalia, because the zoo will be worse than Somalia at the end of it. We are ready to die. Are you also ready to die? That's the difference. This is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, my director. Good morning, sir, my director.
Good morning to you. Please, your name and where you are.
This is Odaujo calling you from Ogunike.
Thank you very much.
Go
ahead.
By the grace of God, I am the Ogunike coordinator.
Thank you very much.
My director, I thank you for your good job. And your colleague, Barrister Imam Mezu, and the Daucho Mefa. My director, I called to tell you that this number here called and was threatening me. 081 085 98 449. I repeat, 081 08 59 8449. God and was threatening my life. I also want to use
who is this person? Who is this? Do you know him?
I am the Ogunike coordinator.
No, I said, who was threatening you? I want to know the animal that was threatening you. Who is this person?
He refused to tell me his name. It's only the number that I got. That is the one I just called. If I should repeat. I might repeat the number.
No, I will give it to people. Please, hold on, stay where you are, Ogunike coordinator. This idiot is threatening one of us. So we want to teach him a lesson. I actually want him to be found. I want this man found. I am asking the intelligence services to find this man within the next 2 hours. And he's going to be shocked how we'll find him. But we will find him and we'll tell him exactly where he is standing or sitting down. The number is 081 085 98449. Is that correct?
Yes, my director.
Thank you. 081 085 98449. I want within the next 2 hours this man's name, the name of his father, the name of his mother, and his village. And there will be no mercy. With this very one, there will be no mercy. We want to teach this particular fool a lesson. I want this person found immediately. I want this person found immediately. 081 085 98449 for daring to threaten a principal officer of state of the Republic of Biafra. We will find him. I said within 2 hours. I will tell him where he comes from. Or she. Depending on the idiot that answers the phone. Thank you very much, my dear brother. I don't think they will ever try that nonsense again. I don't think they will. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. You don't threaten an officer of state. If you do, you are asking for one almighty trouble. Let me give you the number again. 081 085 98449. Find out who this very person is. I need details in less than 2 hours. I said details that we can teach this fool a lesson. A very big lesson. We are live and direct, and this is Radio Biafra. We'll continue to take your calls, of course, with the time now standing at very close to 17 minutes past 11 in the morning here in the UK. This is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Yes, please. Your name and where you are. From Iguacha. I didn't get your name. What is your name again? Your line wasn't very clear. Ifani. Yes, Ifani, please. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
I want to for the good of the from us.
Thank you.
In Biafra land.
Your line is not clear, I'm afraid. Not clear at all. Not clear. Please, maybe, as I said before, the second time is happening and a cue for us to bring this morning's proceedings to an end. We have been here on air for over 3 hours, of course, and it is a privilege to serve the people of Biafra, and we are reconvening this very evening. All the numbers I said must be contacted, should be contacted immediately. The state coordinator sent over there to go and inaugurate those people. Please, very, very important. Let us try and take this very call. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah,
can you hear me? Yes. What is your name and where you calling from? I can hear you.
My name is Chukuma Obi Bondasa, calling from Iguacha in Biafra land.
Thank you. Go ahead.
So I must first and foremost appreciate the very good kind work you are doing for us. You know, we Equal people, I must tell you, please, we have opened our eyes. You know, formerly we were just saying this as a story, but with what is happening in our own place, even if not in our own ground, I will be honest about Yoruba, you could have all again, but not how in Nigeria. Well, Nigeria also. Took maybe that those I had really brought you out to use you to let us know what is happening in this zoo called Nigeria. Don't fire all of them finish. I was talking and Abuki come here, come open eye for us. That was it, what I would say, but I would must commend you to go create them out. Continue blessing you and your family. How you just
he say, do you believe that an Equatorial man can say that on Radio Biafra? Or Equatorial boy, as the case may be? I told you, there is nothing more than the truth. Once you begin to speak the truth, people will hearken unto it. Do you know why I know that the truth is very powerful? Because Awasa can never understand what we are doing. Do you know that Yoruba can't understand it? If you preach to Yoruba people this way, they will never come to you. Do you know why we are different? Do you know why we preach this gospel the way we do? Because our ancestors knew that Eziokubondo. So we are the only people in the whole world. Only Biafran people can hear the truth and begin to come very close to that very truth. That is why we are different from other people. Only Biafrans can hear the truth. They will be drawn to that very truth. Unlike those of them that believe in lies and subterfuge. I believe that we have a caller. Again, you know, Annie Hapunha will be here till tomorrow. The caller on the line, can you hear me? No. No, the line is not clear. They're calling us on Messenger, but the line wasn't clear at all. Wasn't clear. Let's try and continue to take one or two of your calls before we close. People keep calling. My goodness. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Yes, please. No, they are taking our time, in which case we must bring the program to a close. I thank you very much for having listened. In case you never knew, in case you joined us this morning, waiting to hear or to confirm what the Awusa Alamajiri journalists we are writing, I am sure you have been thoroughly confounded. To us, for the work that we are doing and will continue to do, Biafra is our religion. Biafra is our religion. As I asked you yesterday, we have names that existed before the white man was created. I gave you a very simple test last night. Somebody called us this morning. He's from a place called Umuchieze. Umuchieze. I hope you understand what that means. The children of the Creator King, the King of creation. Now, you cannot answer a name, you cannot answer your father's name unless you know your father, isn't it? Or unless your father gave birth to you. So there is no way you can answer somebody from Umuchieze. These are the children of the God, the King. You cannot answer a name unless that name is your father's name. Is that not correct? Now, how did they come to answer that name? If our people never knew the Almighty, how come we are answering his name? And before a place answers such a very, before you give a child a name, there is a ceremony that is done, traditionally or maybe in terms of baptism or naming ceremony. Can you imagine the type of ceremony that was performed before that place answered that very name? All these are Biafran territories. That is why we say that Biafra is a religion. It existed before all these people you're seeing now came. What we are doing is we are like archaeologists, opening up who you are so that you can see how special you are. You can see how important you are. That is why Chukwu Abiyama is upset with you. Because he is saying to himself, look at these children. I gave you everything that you ever wanted. I made you very special, yet you don't know who you are. That makes him very upset. But we have come. And because we have come, the world must understand this. That Biafra, once again, I will reiterate, is not just a country. It's not just a nation. It is actually a process through which you can worship heaven. It is therefore a religion. Here on Radio Biafra is where we worship. I know some of you worship white man. Everything. But year after year, you remain very poor. Do you ever ask yourself, why is that the case? Why is it that those that don't believe in what the white man believes in, they are doing very well? They have their own religion in India, in Japan. Although, how come they are doing so well, China? But you, following white man, come here, nigger, you're still very poor. Isn't it ironic? I don't think you'll understand it, do you? That is why we educate, we teach, we enlighten on Radio Biafra. Biafra is our religion. Here is where we worship on Radio Biafra. Where truth is spoken without fear nor favor. Why do we do so? Because Chukwu Okike Abiyama is the one we worship. The Almighty. Chukwu Okike Abiyama means Almighty Creator. If you come close to him, you will know him. That's the meaning of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Because he has no name. He said to Moshe, Moshe is Moses to you and white people. I am that I am. So by what he does, we praise him. That is why this platform is special. That is why Radio Biafra is a very special project, ordained by heaven itself, not by man. What is our connection with them? We operate in a realm that is far more superior spiritually than anything you can find on earth. Truth that is irreducible. That is why Chukwukika Biama will bless each and every one of you, IPOB, family members, even the hardcore ones that tweet with me after I'm going to start tweeting again. Oh. I tweet every blessed day. I know those who are hardcore following. That's about, on Twitter, about, think roughly 2,000 of us that tweet every blessed day. That is why they're asking Buhari, who is the girl you abused? You know, it's embarrassing to call somebody who is the head of state. We heard you are abusing little girls. Who are the ones you abused? Then he will say it's Aisha. Go and ask Aisha. She will tell you how she was raped at the age of 9. Without Radio Biafra, can you know all those things? Why do we know them? Because Chukwu Abiyama is here. That is why he will bless all of you. The hardcore is included. Each and every one of you and your families. But more importantly, that thing that is more important than all of us is Biafra. Chukwu Kika Abiyama will bless Biafra. And from me, from here, this very morning, until this evening, good morning.
Hail Biafra, land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In him we trust. Shout it, sing it, all hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra, we shall always remember